first of all, I'll just preface this by saying Indians are fucking fun.
Yeah,
but
of course.
I don't have much of an Indian family. I'm the only child. My mom only had one sister.
Okay.
They didn't live here. So like I didn't really have anyone really on the Indian side.
Wait,
as a baby?
your
Yeah,
son
like-
is 5, right?
He's 5 now.
And he's religious?
He's
How?
I don't know what happened.
Sometimes
'Cause
it
we were
happens, though.
It just happened.
Does he get mad when you start reading a book and he's like, stop doing that?
It tends to skip a generation though.
I think so.
I don't know what it
Well,
is.
in our case, several generations.
Yeah, well, because like I have cousins, and when their parents aren't religious, they're the most religious people ever. And it's when their parents are religious, they're less religious.
I feel like the prettier the person,
Here we go.
the less I can do for them. Because like if you're putting on, like, let's say the type of makeup that I can handle on my face, I can handle a lot of makeup.
Okay.
I still feel like I'm pretty attractive without makeup, but I wouldn't say that I'm like this perfect, face without makeup.
Okay.
If I'm working with a client who literally looks like a little Barbie doll
Yeah,
without makeup on, and I put something on her, it takes away from her beauty.
Mm.
So that to me is a bigger challenge than working with someone who's not conventionally perfect,
Okay.
because that way
Fuck it,
I can
I'll go.
actually do my shit.
Do you like bald guys? Let's start there.
No, they're gross.
Look, I'm not against.
What about
bald,
the tattooed hairline?
Oh,
yeah,
there we
yeah.
go.
So that's a part of the permanent makeup thing too.
that's-
They
that-
do scalp. That's cool.
Nice.
That never looks
Yes.
It's
I don't know. Some people.
lose your hair and then you see the dot.
good. Yeah.
Okay.
So just go to Turkey and do the transplant.
Yeah, at this
I
point,
see.
yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you let's say, because you're divorced right now, let's just say you meet a good-looking guy. You're like, oh my god, one of the things I love about you is your hair. And then the guy's like, by the way, I used to be bald. Are you just kind of like, oh my god, this is gonna fuck up my genetics or something for my future kids?
No, I'm not having any more kids. I'm done.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't matter now. And I am texting her and calling her. I'm like, girl, like, do you want me there or not?
Yeah.
She's texting saying, oh my gosh, yes, of course, hang on. I'll get that for you. I'm waiting. I get nothing. Finally, I'm calling. Her fiance picks up.
Yeah.
And he goes, why are you harassing us?
Oh shit.
And I'm like, what? I'm sorry. I'm the makeup artist for today.
Yeah.
And first of all, like, I don't know where to go. And second, the full payment's due today. Don't, worry about the bank deposit. Just have cash.
Yeah.
But like, this is the situation. I just need the address. Like, I can't just desert you guys.
Of course.
And he goes,
My fiance hated her makeup at the trial, and she no longer wants to book you. You're not booked.
we never confirmed.
You're watching AwJiz Boys Show.
Hey guys, it's Tamanna Roashan here, known as Dress Your Face. And I have one ask for y'all. I want you to go and subscribe to AwJiz Boys, okay? That's all I'm asking. Go do it. Bye.
Viewer discretion advised.
Welcome to the AwJiz Boys podcast. I'm Kane.
I'm Dauood.
And today we're here with a very special guest. You guys already know who she is. So we're not going to talk to her for the first 5 minutes of the episode. Instead, what we're going to do with Tamanna Roashan is have her try some of this local Italian coffee and food and get her thoughts on it right away. And then we'll get into some of the questions that you guys probably asked us. And I think it's going to be a fun podcast. For the fellas that are listening, first of all, what? You guys are actually listening to us?
Yeah, for the first time. Yeah. Guys never listen.
Guys, they never.
Yeah, somehow we've become the #1 Afghan women podcast.
How did this happen?
Couldn't tell you.
Yes.
Yeah, we're the biggest douchebags on the planet. So it's
Well, speak for one of us.
yeah, you're the biggest douchebag on the planet.
Thank you
but
so
like
much.
women tend to like douchebags, I guess. I guess we're proof.
So negging works.
Nagging works.
Okay,
There
great.
we go. We're back.
Well, thank you so much for being on this platform. And before we get into anything, I need you to try some of this food and let us know if it matches up to your standards. Is that okay?
My standards, okay?
Okay.
Love it. Let's
So
do it.
first, let's try the sip of the coffee. So you're trying the iced coffee that was created by a local Italian spot.
Say the name of the spot?
Let's not say the name because
We don't have a brand deal with you guys.
We don't-
That is why.
Exactly.
Simple as that.
let's just say local Italian spot
In LA.
in LA.
All right. Well, I wouldn't be a good judge because I don't even drink coffee. I wouldn't even know what to compare it to.
Okay.
Great start.
So, okay.
Let's see what you think.
I'll try. So, wait, what is this? What did you order?
That's a latte, iced coffee.
It's an iced.
Iced latte. That's what it is. Iced coffee latte.
She hates it. No, I mean she loves it. That's clearly a face of someone who loves.
Why is it so bitter?
Yeah, I think it's coffee.
There's no sweetener.
Oh, really?
I didn't have sweetener. I didn't know. I thought you didn't like sweetener.
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Oh my
sweetener is
god.
extra
Okay, I'll try
calories.
one more sip. Well, what's this?
I don't know.
Okay, wait. I think
Dairy.
people do this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think there's like a hazelnut type of thing,
Hazelnut's
creamer?
good.
No.
like a hazelnut mix, like a
Is this? Are you sure this is hot chocolate that you got me?
yeah.
Okay.
That's yeah.
Very bitter.
That's a no.
Okay.
That's a no.
All
but,
right.
but thanks.
Did you have coffee in Italy?
I did not. I had hot chocolate.
Okay.
Oh, you should've-
Can you
Yeah.
try this? Can you try this one now?
Okay, so this is like a traditional.
This is a cappuccino, and
This
it's
is a
supposed to be warm.
cappuccino. I've had cappuccinos before.
Okay, great. I think like I went to Europe and I hated the experience, and then I randomly went to Spain, and then this person is like one of my family friends were like, "Hey, try this coffee," and it was like life changing. So it's
Really?
like yeah.
Wait, what was it about it that was life changing? Was it like the texture or the taste?
It was like a good taste. It wasn't too sweet. It was like a good latte. I was like, I love this.
Okay, this I kind of like.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
And what is that?
sweeter.
What do you?
So this is a cappuccino. right?
Cappuccino.
Cappuccino.
All right.
Yeah, and I think because I've tried a cappuccino before, maybe it's like
Okay.
not as shocking.
You knew what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
Was that? What was this? A latte?
It's an iced cappuccino, I think.
Oh, okay.
Iced latte. Fuck it, whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah,
all
this
right.
is- I could do that.
Okay, so the hot one is better. All right, so we got
Yeah.
Brussels sprouts, and then we have like this margarita pizza.
We'll just go to the pizza. We
Let's-
don't
okay,
need to
fine.
try. This is gonna be. I don't want it to be 20 minutes on eating food.
Why is it 20 minutes? All
This
right.
is going longer than it needs to.
Okay,
so let's
fine.
just have her take one bite, and then we can move on from this bit that I don't get.
Pick a slow. It's so,
So
cold.
funny.
It's so cold. I'm so sorry.
All good. Oh shit.
Kane likes to do these things that are like, this will be a fun
It's
introduction.
an icebreaker.
It's,
Okay.
we were flowing, and now we're just watching you eat. So,
Thank you.
what is it? What are those little things on it? What are they called?
Vegetable?
Little sprouts.
I don't know.
They look like sprouts. It's usually basil.
Yeah, sprouts on a pizza is interesting.
I like greens.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
clearly.
it
Yeah,
makes it
yeah.
healthy. You know, it's like eating a salad with bread.
There's something I hate more than arugula on my pizza.
Oh shit.
That's the worst thing. Did you have pizza in Italy?
I did
Okay.
multiple times.
There we go.
All right.
Now, how does this cold pizza?
It's the coldest thing.
Not for any reason. Nobody was late or
No,
anything. We were all on time.
Yeah.
The pizza guy showed up on time. We just
The pizza guy showed up early. That's the
pizza
problem.
guy showed up early.
Too
That's what
early.
happened.
we'll blame the pizza guy,
Yeah.
not,
Brought it
not
yesterday.
me showing
He
up.
showed up
40
an
minutes
hour and 9 minutes early. Actually.
Yeah, he showed up before we ordered it.
Yep.
It was kind of impressive. Oh, she's going back for seconds.
late.
wow.
No, I
Well,
love pizza.
You,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
How does this compare to Italian pizza?
Well, it's cold.
Okay, yeah. They don't
Well,
they don't do that out there. They give it to you. Okay.
They
See,
give, they give it to
the
you.
Italians like to be fancy with everything.
Yeah, they're very fancy.
Yeah.
No, it's good. It's
Okay.
good. This is an Italian restaurant?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, this is I think a Neapolitan style pizza.
Good nice. Have chocolate. Have strawberry.
That's hilarious. No, I always thought that was Napoleon. For like
We always said Napoleon. Me and my family.
we called it Napoleon.
We said Napoleon pizza, and we only ate the chocolate.
yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, same.
Oh, see, I was the opposite.
Oh,
we
really?
ate the strawberry and the vanilla, and we left the chocolate.
Why?
I didn't like the chocolate. Yeah, we were racist
Got
towards
it.
the chocolate. Okay, you don't have to finish unless you want
No,
to.
I want to.
Okay.
Okay,
it's-
all
it's- okay. So she's digging this Italian local spot then.
Yeah.
All right.
And does it compare to Italy? No.
Yeah.
No, but it's pizza.
Okay.
Like,
so,
it's good.
like the worst. It's like with sex, what they say, right? The worst sex is still with your uncle or something. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, no. Sorry.
No, it's-
the worst sex
it's
is still pretty
cold.
good. It's cold.
It's cold.
yes. The worst sex is cold.
And the best is in Italy.
And the best is in Italy. So
Is
great.
that what we're talking about right now?
She's already like, I've made a mistake coming onto this podcast. She could feel it.
Okay.
All right.
We're going to move on.
Yes. But you were in Italy.
I was.
And why were you in Italy?
So I am currently expanding my beauty brand, DYF Beauty, and my lab is in Italy. So I
Oh.
went to go visit the lab and check on production and also kind of get a little more hands-on and learn about the whole process.
Awesome.
And so I got like a whole tour. I got to actually press my powders and do all that. It was a very, very like life-changing experience.
That's awesome. Do you
Yeah.
think most people who have makeup brands actually go do that, or they just kind of be like, I like this, and then they let
Or they
other
look for
people-
distributors based on cost.
So, well, it depends on whose brand it is, right? So I come from a place of authority. I'm an educator.
Yeah.
I want to create my own stuff. So even with my brushes, that was my first launch. I custom designed each brush. It took me 10 years to perfect it.
Wow.
I sourced, I went through so many different avenues to find out like who's going to make not just the nicest looking and the best quality of brushes, but like you have to look at the actual fibers. And I wanted it to be vegan, but I wanted it to feel like real animal hair. So this is all like probably just
Yeah.
No,
so much information.
What
No,
about
no.
the
I wanted to
testing
mimic
process?
that.
Do they use animals
No.
still in the industry?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you go to a lab, that's still
Oh, that's a
does
common
that.
practice today?
Well, for
They just
brushes,
put like makeup on mice and stuff.
No, I thought they squirted their
yeah.
eyes.
Well, it depends. Every country has their own regulations.
With Afghans,
but
they just put lipstick on
we're-
camels. Like,
Dude,
all right.
come on. It's little boys.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Oh my god!
Microfibers that felt.
Yes.
But anyways,
animal.
so you
yeah.
go for vegan products.
It has to be vegan.
How come?
I mean, we just don't want to deal with the whole animal cruelty thing, right? It's like,
Gotcha.
and that's a very American mindset too, and it's very mainstream to be aware of this kind of stuff. And now that we are very aware, information is everywhere. You can't be ignorant to certain things anymore. And,
Yeah.
even though when I was, learning makeup and everything, I was using real animal hair brushes because those are superior.
Okay.
It's the texture that picks up the product really well, places it really well. Synthetic is typically very smooth. There's not enough grip. So there's reasons why a lot of artists would still gravitate towards animal hair. My goal was to create the texture of animal hair, but in a synthetic fiber. So you have to actually go in and design how you want the texture. So do you want it crimped? Do you want it swirled? Do you want discs? And then also like
What's crypt?
crimped is like little zigzags.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, but you don't feel the roughness on the skin. It's supposed to feel like silk. It has to feel luxurious,
What
but
about
it's got to
human hair?
perform.
Is
So,
that ethical?
you know what? They use human hair for false lashes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
What like they get? Where do they get?
Sometimes.
Where do they get the hair from?
That's something I'm not sure.
I'll
I don't know.
donate my
I've
beard
not
for some
gone
lashes.
into that, but that's.
Well, I don't. That
Oh,
don't
is
be
my beard
weird.
too
I mean,
curly?
people sell their hair.
Yeah.
That's a good.
For,
It's
like,
a good
weaves and
money
stuff?
making.
Of course.
Yeah, they do it for
Have you
with
seen
weaves
Good Hair
and all that.
documentary?
No.
Is that the Chris Rock one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris Rock.
It's interesting.
It's actually really good. It's
Yeah.
a really good documentary. It's about weaves, and then
Okay.
so pretty much like there's this Indian ceremony where the women just shave their head, and then it became a business where these guys go just take the hair and then resell it to distributors to go to like the black community.
And Indian hair is premium.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Indian hair is like
Thick
the hair.
virgin hair.
Yeah.
So it is
Virgin
top
hair?
notch. Yeah, meaning like
what? Hold on, where are we going with this?
It's getting weird. Like,
Right away.
I like my
if we're
hair.
going on a podcast with two dudes.
Yeah. I like my hair.
virgin.
My sacrifices in my hair, both virgin. Yeah? Okay. Like no product in
No,
it.
no chemical
Okay. Yeah.
got
yeah.
it.
alteration.
Like my hair would be virgin hair.
Truly, yes.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Got
that.
it. Okay.
Okay.
So Indian hair is premium hair. Well,
Yeah.
which is the worst hair? Like,
Yeah, I
what's
don't think
the
she
worst?
wants to answer.
Okay.
If she does know, I don't think she would want
I mean,
to
it would
answer.
be like probably just extremely chemically.
I see.
I see.
My hair, actually. Yeah.
I don't know.
What purple shampoo should I be using?
Oh, that's a good one.
Ooh.
Do you have like a favorite? Do you make a purple shampoo?
I don't make any hair products.
No,
I mean,
it's all
I collab with
makeup.
hair tools.
Okay.
And extensions, Indian hair.
Okay. I might get extensions eventually. Yeah.
Purple shampoo. I don't know. I've used like in the past when I had like bleached hair, like anything at an actual beauty supply store. So not like Sally's, but like if you go to any of the others,
ones
like
where you
they
need a
have like
license?
Kenra. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah, gotcha.
Exactly. But I mean, they're all
I like
the same.
Sally's.
Okay.
That's where I
What
go.
about the place that you got tatted on you because you love them so much?
You got a place tatted on
Which
you.
place did I
Like,
get? Oh,
you have a
yeah,
makeup spell.
Sephora. I have a Sephora tattoo.
You have a Sephora tattoo?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
He loves the brand. Look, can you read Farsi?
Can you
No,
read
I
Farsi?
cannot.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
Sephora.
that's a Sephora.
I swear to God.
Yeah, show it to the show it to the camera. Someone can.
That's
Wait,
verify.
are you
funny.
fucking with me?
I
Like,
didn't
is
even
this for
realize.
real?
Yeah, I swear to God, you could Google what Sephora looks like in Farsi.
Yeah,
It's this.
but look at Dauood's other tattoos. It's all random things that people messaged him that he's tattooed in his body.
Yeah, I have a lot of random tattoos.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just really love the makeup brand.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're so happy to be talking to you.
I am honored to
Do
be
you
here.
do collabs with Sephora or anything?
I've done in the past.
Okay.
So I don't really do a whole lot of brand deals now.
Mm-hmm.
But before I used to be like really, really big on Snapchat. So I would
Okay.
do a lot of Snapchat takeovers for Sephora.
That's interesting.
Back then.
Okay.
It's also my grandma's name, which is Sephora. That's
No
just the
way.
yeah. I didn't get it because I love the makeup.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what?
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, what does Sephora mean?
I don't know.
Old woman.
Old
grandma.
Old grandma.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
But
So
I
sweet.
don't want to leave the topic that we started. So you talked
Yeah.
about the synthetic hairs that
Okay.
you're really trying to mimic and the animal hair
Yeah.
essentially. Today we're hearing so much about plastic everywhere. So
Mm-hmm.
what is this synthetic hair made out of?
So I'm not gonna. It's
Oh,
patented.
sorry, it's
yeah,
patented. Got
that's
it.
okay. That's
fair
okay.
enough.
But we did patent everything.
Oh, cool.
And so I mean, it literally just feels like actual animal hair.
That's
awesome.
And what's really cool, I'll explain one thing really, really cool about
Of
these.
course.
So imagine you take like a human hair strand, right? And you slice it. You take a slice and you put it under a microscope. You'll see a round shape. Okay. There might be some scales, obviously, but
Yeah.
You're talking
you'll
about
see
if you look at the hair that you cut in
at
half,
the hair that you
like a
cut in
tree.
half. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
a slice out of a tree trunk.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm following.
So it's round.
Okay.
In order to get a really, really cool texture that still feels smooth, but is able to pick up product and deposit it really nicely, like superior performance.
Yeah.
We have, imagine instead of a round shape, it's a star shape.
Oh.
So when you're feeling the brush hairs, it's smooth. There's no resistance to touching it this way.
Yeah.
Okay.
But because of the grooves on the sides and the different points,
Yeah.
when you pick up product with the brush, it's able to fit into those grooves. It picks up a good amount where it doesn't just dust off everywhere.
Yeah.
And you can apply it without fallout. If you're going to get a synthetic brush, typically a cheaper synthetic brush or a mass-produced, brand or whatever, think of the slice is going to be totally smooth. There's not going to, even if they crimp it, we talked about crimping, even if they crimp it, it's still a smooth surface. There's
Yeah.
nothing for the product to really hold onto. So that's what we patented.
So a human hair or like a regular, or I'm sorry, animal hair or whatever has a star thing in it, or no?
No, it's-
your
no,
version
my version
has what
is a star.
Oh, okay. So that's
Yeah.
so it's like
not
a
on
little.
all of the brushes. It depends on like how much product I want that brush to pick up,
Mm-hmm.
depending on like what the use of the brush is. But yeah, there's several that have the star shape and then others have different shapes.
So are you involved in like the engineering part, or do you have different teams like giving you samples and then you make a decision? I know it's patent, but talk
Yeah.
as much of it as you can, because okay, this is my experience with it. It seems like every Afghan girl, for better or worse, wants to be a makeup artist, and then I feel like some of them just jump into it for the business aspect, and it is
Yeah,
very
and you could,
lucrative.
yeah.
Shout out them.
Yeah.
But it seems like you're really taking your time, which is
Very-
different
yeah, yeah.
approach for our community. So maybe speak to this like research part of it and development as much as you can.
Yeah,
How long?
for sure.
How long you been in the game?
In product development, 10 years.
Okay.
Or maybe a little more now, maybe 12. But in makeup artistry, over 20 years.
Okay.
I'll say like maybe almost 25.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
I'm an OG.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Did
I'm
you start when
confused
you
on
were
your
a
age now,
6?
though.
16.
Yeah, I was gonna say like when you're
Yeah,
6.
16.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Like,
Wow. I need some chlorophyll.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Fair enough.
Okay.
Okay.
Please speak
Okay,
on the
we'll talk
research
about the
process.
process.
Please talk about the
Yeah.
process.
So I think like we were kind of touching on originally, like I do come from a place of like really strict education and authority in the industry. So I do hold myself to a very different standard than what, you may see everywhere out there. And so with that said, the other side is, there are a lot of people who simply may just have a good following, or maybe they're actors and actresses or whatever that are getting into the beauty space, and, they're the face of a brand, but they're not actually the ones creating the
Yes.
product or even
Yeah.
thinking about, so what they'll do is there'll be a whole team, and usually the team will pitch it to that famous person and be like, hey, let's do this together. And then the famous person is like, okay, well, if the numbers are right, let's do it. And then they'll source different labs for different products. Or one lab, or however they want to do it. And so the lab that, like, they'll pick out, okay, well, we want to start with this and this, you know, XYZ. And then the lab will send samples of those different products, and then they'll kind of play with it, see what they like. And they're like, oh, I like this. Can we get a pink version of this? And oh, here's, you know, whatever. And then they'll curate their collection from existing product. Or you could also customize and be like, okay, well, I like this from this brand. They'll call it a benchmark. And so here's the benchmark that I'm going for. Can you make this, but add XYZ to it?
Okay.
And then that's when customization occurs. And so the lab and the brand owner, or whoever is in charge of product development, will go back and forth until they're happy with the final sample. And then they'll start testing it and doing all, you know, that kind of stuff. So that's kind of the basics of, you know, if you want to start a brand, that's kind of how it's going to go down.
Yeah. But why did you choose specifically Italy out of all places?
So Italy is very much known for their complexion cosmetics, especially. Like, there's different countries that are known for different things. Anywhere in Asia would be ideal for brushes. So mine are made in Tianjin. From a very small group of artisans. So it's all handmade. It's not machine made.
Oh, wow.
And so my brushes take actually 6 months to produce.
God damn.
Yeah.
So
that was a very, very...
You don't want like a 3D printed one? you don't think you cut some corners? Okay.
No cutting corners here. But for Italy, Italy's just by far the most luxurious and highest standards when it comes to like color cosmetics.
Yep.
And so I knew that, you know, with this, you know, venturing into that world instead of the tools going into the color cosmetics, I was definitely going to go with an Italian lab.
Okay.
Awesome.
That's.
I'm going to go off of this. This is great. Unless you have one more question about this.
I have one last question about this.
Okay.
So this is what we've been seeing about the luxury market, all right? It's made in Italy, but it's not made in Italy. So they make it in China, and Italy
And they go and they stamp it.
But it's actually all made in China. And the people in Italy were like, to be honest, Italians, we don't like to work. So we actually prefer the work of Chinese. Like, they're actually very detailed in their craft. So it's not a skill thing. So it's like, it's not a cost thing. They actually are skilled. So that was a good argument there. But overall, essentially, these designer bags are all made in China. So when you go over with Italian tag, so when you go over there, how can you make sure that it's actually sourced from where they sourced?
Oh, okay.
I wanted to see it for myself, start to finish.
And you saw
all the raw ingredients
okay.
are in Italy. There is not one component of my palette that is made anywhere else. I'm not against made in China.
Got it.
I just want to make sure that the actual formulation is Italian.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's exactly what you say it is. Yeah. So.
And I recorded the whole process and everything, you know, just have my receipts out there. But it was really cool to see everything. So we, you know, I had a tour of the entire lab, and there's, you know, one area that's just all the raw material. There's another area of measuring each of the raw materials and putting it into certain bins so that you know, okay, so this product is going to have this, and then they'll make smaller batches for sampling. And then once the person approves,
and
all
is
of that
vegan as well?
So you can choose if you want to go vegan or not. I chose to go vegan and fragrance free.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
I love this topic, and I think a lot of people got insight from that, because I know a lot of people that are following you are not just people who like makeup, but are people that are makeup artists themselves.
Yeah.
So I think you gave a lot of game out there in that short little bit.
I mean, you could do anything, really. I mean, there's also what is it called? Private label, where there's cosmetic manufacturers that already have done all the, you know, research and development on their end of products, and you just slap your name on it, you know, and that's kind of the easiest.
That sounds awesome.
Way to
Dauood
get your
makeup
name
coming
out
out next month. It's gonna be that stuff right there.
I actually, and there's nothing wrong with it. If it's a proven product.
If that's what you want to do.
Yeah, if it's a proven product.
There's nothing wrong.
I want the most hazardous, most dangerous one. I want people to take risks
all
for
the
beauty.
parabens.
Exactly.
Would you do it for the controversy at first, then apologize and have a crying sob story, then come back and rebrand?
Yeah, I want lead-based foundation. That's what I want.
So you want to go to Michigan?
Exactly.
Oh my God.
But so you said you've been doing makeup in the makeup game for like 20 years or so.
Yeah.
So can you just like see somebody and then be like, they need to do this, this, and that? Could you, like, or I'm just curious.
That's wild.
No, I'm just curious if it like messes with your.
You think I walk around and I'm like, oh God, she really needs some contour.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, maybe some.
No, how do you turn it
smoky
off?
eye.
That's right. How do you turn that part of you off?
Because I feel like after seeing so much beautiful people, beauty and like aesthetics and stuff, it's gonna be hard not to turn it off. Is that, or are you just kind
That's
of
not
like,
the case with me
no?
at all. No, so it's funny because people see me and they see, okay, she's a beauty person, but I really do not focus on surface at all. I've never gone after looks. I've never been attracted to looks. That's not like, I'm a person of great depth. So when I am talking to someone, I'm honestly not looking, unless it's like really bad.
Okay,
I'm not
yeah,
looking
yeah,
at their makeup.
Yeah.
You know?
If you can see
They
the
think
neck,
I'm judging
if the neck
them.
color of the foundation is off.
Wait, what about the lip thing? You know where they add more to make their lip
Overline.
bigger?
Is that what it's called? Oh.
You don't look at that and be
Listen,
like,
if
bruh.
it's so obvious and so bad.
Got it. What about
like,
the massive
it'll-
lashes?
I'm talking about the neck
you know-
discoloration.
Oh, there we go.
You know what I'm talking about?
Afghan girls in the 90s getting married? The
Oh my
white?
God, the white, yeah.
The white face and
Well,
then
that
the
was
brown
bad.
neck.
Okay.
I'm so glad that's done.
I mean,
What
yeah,
do you-
Yeah, it's been over for a while.
What do you recommend for, like, there's been times where I've kissed a woman, and it's just like.
What
it's
about
only-
the other times?
It's only been once or twice. It's mostly men. No, but, and just like my whole face is white, you know, or it's like filled with makeup. What are they doing wrong? Is that liquid? Is that powder? What are they? What's
It's probably both.
okay.
Yeah, they'll need a transfer-free formula
There it is.
for you.
Got it.
Yeah.
Alright, if
You
you're
need
listening- if
a
you're out-
woman who is?
Trans free fur. What did you say?
Yeah,
Transfer.
I heard
Transfer?
Transfer.
We need a
Or,
transfer.
setting
transitioning to transfer. Is that
Transfer makeup foundation. Okay. And then what else is coming to mind is, are there any styles or like makeup looks that you just don't like right now that you're like, this is like getting popular, and I'm just like, no, not
what
for
about
me.
goth? Goth is in right now. Everyone on social media is all about the goth look.
I like the goth look, but what is like not just a whole look, but like
Yeah.
a makeup technique that you're just like,
That didn't excite. So the no makeup does not excite me. The clean girl aesthetic.
So you don't like
Okay.
Alicia
Okay.
Keys?
Well, she's actually no makeup.
yeah,
She's talking
literally
about
no
like
makeup.
she's talking about the people who like pretend
clean
they're no
aesthetic
makeup, but they actually have a little bit of makeup.
The minimalist? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I
Tell me
feel
why.
like
Go ahead.
that's fine for every day. That's fine. But if you're gonna hire me, you're gonna pay thousands of dollars to get your face done.
Yeah.
Don't ask me for the no
no
makeup look.
Yeah.
So, and I think clients know that. I don't think I've been asked for like more natural looks, but it doesn't mean less makeup. It's just like maybe not as loud colors and not as strong contrast, but
Okay.
the makeup steps are the same. That's fine.
Cool.
But like the very, very minimalistic thing just never excited me. It looks good.
Yeah.
You know, and especially like
Time and
commercial
place.
makeup, for example, that's what they're looking for commercial shoots. It's to not look like you're wearing pounds of makeup,
True.
and that's fine. If I'm hired for something like that, fine, I'll do it. I'm not going to be excited about it. I'm not going to really post about it.
Yeah.
You know, I like transformation. I like corrective stuff. I like, just richness in not just, color, but also in like the shape and like playing with different textures, things like that. It's like an expression.
Yeah.
And so,
You know what's interesting? I think men say that they prefer that look over glam. That's what they always say, but they always end up with
They do
someone.
say that.
That's what they say, but I don't know
Yeah.
if it's true. What do you think?
So the guys that I've spoken with,
You did a survey? You,
That's the most polite.
What?
survey says,
Okay.
yeah,
They always say
they've
that.
always preferred me without makeup.
Yeah.
But I don't do makeup for them, right?
Nice.
Like you do it for yourself.
Okay,
Clock it.
Dauood, this is fucking
no,
leftist.
for myself. And it's, in my identity, it's who I am. And so I feel like for me, makeup is very transformative.
Okay.
And it puts me in a mood. And so I do it for
Okay.
starting my day and
Yeah.
making shit happen.
Yep.
If I were to wake up, stay in my which happens, I live alone. I don't really care anymore that much, like day to day. If I don't have a heavy day, then I'm not gonna like really get ready for it. But the days that I do stay in my PJs or sweats and I have no makeup on, I don't feel like a badass bitch those days. Like I feel like, okay, I'm just doing what I gotta do and I'm just getting through the day. But it is a very transformative thing, and so that's why I do it. And I think that's the thing. Like, these guys, it's so funny. They're attracted to the girls that are glam and
sure.
you know the bosses and like they see me and they're like, oh my god, I want that.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna say, oh, well, my favorite's when there's nothing on, like, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like you'll see plenty of no makeup, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna just like be that person.
For sure.
I want to stay here. Dawood, what's your take? Do you like no makeup or do you like?
I like it all, if I'm being honest. I like the it just depends on my mood, dude. Because sometimes, because I've said I like the low. I understand that there is no such thing as a no makeup, because guys think no makeup, and it's still like a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
I like that, but I also like I don't know, a little bit exaggerated at times. It just is different vibes for different
Occasions, right?
Yeah.
Time and place.
I like a good smoky eye. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I think that's hot. I don't know why.
It's too specific.
I don't know why, but that's like a thing that I just It's
Could you play devil's advocate for the guys that do like the minimalistic to no makeup?
yeah. I think
Just
It
in
depends
their
what-
conversation,
but it
maybe some of the people watching us are that type. So what do you see their argument at least?
yeah. I think it's understandable to want. Yeah, I can see that. If a guy is like, yeah, I prefer no makeup, but then there are women who do that, and you just go for that women. Don't try to change somebody to make them not
That's
wear
the
as much
point.
makeup.
That's
you know?
the point.
Okay.
And
So-
in general, right? Not just makeup. Like
Yeah.
you see someone,
No,
you're attracted to.
You could
certain
change other things about
qualities.
them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like the way you eat too much. You know what I'm saying? Like that. We got to stop that. You know? No, of course. Exactly.
Go with who fits what your preferences are. Don't go for someone and then just try to change their whole personality.
Exactly. Don't
Can I
find the
give-
most glam look person and be like, you know what? I don't like
You should
all this.
stop all this. Yeah.
But can I give you guys
Hit
the
us.
Afghan man or the Muslim man argument?
Burqa. No. Sorry, guys.
That's correct.
Yeah,
We need you to feel caged. No, I'm playing. Afghan guys, we're not toxic, but unintentionally sometimes we are. And the thing is, people have said this about women that wear hijabs and put on makeup. They say it seems like they're being inviting. Like, oh, I want additional attention now that I've done my glam. So it was cool when you were single, but now that you're dating me, I want you to be like, look like the most bummish, but look nice to me, but not to the world. I'm not saying this is what I believe. I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
that's
no,
the
no,
argument.
that is the mentality.
So I would
That's
like
insecurity, though, right?
that's 100. Yeah, look at our
also,
community.
Afghan men are so egocentric. Like, not
Yeah.
everything's about you. Like,
True.
your woman wants to look good for her.
Yes.
And also,
yes.
the Afghan men love to dress up. You know what I'm saying? Dude, they're the flashiest guys on the planet, dude.
Oh man, all
Like,
right.
I want my lady not to be flashy, and then I'm wearing Gucci this and a chain, and just like, dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I get it, but it is.
I
interesting.
need to be the bad bitch. They want to be you. That's
That's what it
actually
is.
so funny.
Yeah, the men want to be the bad
anymore.
bitch.
Okay, that's a great take.
Yeah.
Okay.
My hands look like this, so her hands are just like no makeup on it, you know? And his hands are like nail polish.
that
and stuff.
basketball player in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Shout out.
So, what's his name? Jared McCain.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good stuff.
But
Nice.
that's so interesting. I never thought about like the beauty routine in the morning is kind of like to get you started, because that's like us. I know I'm a fat guy, but like gym for
Yeah.
us,
You're
has,
not
like
fat.
at least like for
You're
like
not fat anymore. You lost 30 pounds, bro.
I
That's
appreciate
crazy.
that. Still
Good
got a long
shit.
way to go. But like, I 100%, because like when you're talking about like everything you're saying is like, this is how I feel when I go to the gym. It's like I don't really do. I 100% do it for other people. I don't do it for myself. I'd be fat if everybody else was happy with me being fat. But that's not how the world works.
I would probably say like you kind of described. You're like, I think I wouldn't say the gym. I do it at a gym, but for me, it's kind of like when I put on a suit and I'm about to go to work. I find the moment when I have a suit, I'm a little bit more focused. I'm a little bit paying attention to how I move and stuff. So I guess you're kind of describing the Clark Kent Superman type of analogy,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Right. And that's why they call it a power suit sometimes. You know, you just want to step into your power and you want to like just mentally get to a place where maybe you didn't wake up that way.
Yes.
And we all go through our daily struggles and our, you know, the traumas that we deal with and all that stuff. Our lives are not easy, especially as Afghans, you know, and we're dealing with so much. So you do what you can to snap out of it and just get shit done.
For sure.
Yeah.
I love that. You brought up the Afghan thing, which is perfect for a segue. How do you think being Afghan in this space has helped or hurt you?
In the beginning, I felt that it was a limitation. I'm half Afghan, half Indian, and so like both sides. I mean, very similar.
Do you know what type of Indian?
Yeah. So my mom is half Punjabi herself.
Okay. She's half Punjabi.
She's half Punjabi. The other half is just like North Indian, but not Punjabi.
Okay. So
Yeah.
And then the Afghan. Do you know what type of Afghan you are?
Kabul.
Kabul. Oh,
Yo, Punjabis are like my favorite people. I don't know if I ever told you this.
Not a fan, but
No, Punjabis are like, in my experience, are like the alpha males from the guys I know in Vancouver, and they're all, well, we have animals.
you just keep ignoring them.
All right.
It's good.
Yeah.
No, ignore them.
And they're my boys. Like when we in college and stuff, I met up with a lot of them, and we all drink. And then they're like, come over to our spot, like not just for no reason. We'd go clubbing and stuff like that. But they'd be like, come over to our family gatherings.
You grew up in Canada.
I grew up in I'm Canadian.
So there's a lot of.
Oh, there's a
Yes.
ton.
Yeah,
exactly.
Where, Toronto or?
No,
Vancouver?
hell no.
Vancouver.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They said like Toronto, like that's bad. Yeah.
People from Toronto.
Why do they hate each other so much?
No, so we're
It's LA
jealous.
versus New York.
No. We're jealous of Toronto because they have an African community. We don't have an African community. So that's kind of like, I'll give them props there, but they're just like, we love them. I don't want to say we're just jealous. We're mad. They're too good. That's why we hate them. So it's because they're better than us in that way. We're Vancouver Afghans, we're separate. Anyways, when I was younger, because we didn't have Afghans around us, we would get lit with the Punjabi community, and they'd be like, yo, come to our equivalent, like a Maimoni, like a gathering.
Yeah.
And I'd be there, and it's like the uncles, and they're publicly like drinking, pouring some rum and coke.
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
And it's just like a vibe, you know? And they drink a lot.
They drink a lot. They also fight a lot.
They fight a lot.
There's always parking lot fights.
But it's all love right after. It's all
Always.
love. So
Yeah.
Punjabi. So you're one of your half is Punjabi.
But it's a different kind of Punjabi.
I don't know.
It's Hindu
okay.
Punjabi on our side.
Okay.
So we, vegetarian, no drinking, none of that. But we're fun. Like,
Okay. Doesn't
we're
sound
fun
like
as
it.
fuck. Like,
How do you
we
be
party
fun
hard,
when
but
you're
it's-
sober?
Yeah.
Look at me, I'm sober. Like,
Okay.
All right.
you know how to drink.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
So back to you're
Yeah.
Afghan and Punjabi.
Afghan
Yeah.
Punjabi. And so and back then we're talking about like the late 90s. There wasn't a lot of brown representation, especially in the beauty space.
For sure.
And so, with all the whitewash standards of beauty and like I call it bland beauty,
Nice.
but that's what it was. And here I was kind of thrown into the bridal space because my parents were wedding videographers and photographers.
Oh, okay.
So learned my entrepreneurship from them.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Very non-conventional family, but I was surrounded by richness and color and culture and all that stuff, and it just really stuck on me. And getting into artistry, I realized that this is my strength, and if I can just bring the Western world into appreciating Eastern beauty and Eastern colors and the richness of their culture, we can really have something new here. And that's literally what I did.
Yeah.
And so, in the beginning, I thought of it as a limitation, but it truly wasn't. It was my superpower.
That's awesome.
So on both fronts, so being
Both.
Indian and Afghan, it was your superpower kind of thing.
Yeah.
But outside of being a differentiator, to kind of what Dauood was saying, did you get support from either community starting out? Let's say in the
Or
first
did they wait until you popped off? And then they were like, no, we love her.
Typically, no
We've
one
always
wants
loved
to
her.
And they're like, come
Once
to our
success
association.
happens,
We'll give you
right?
an award. Come to the future
Yeah,
reel.
yeah.
We'll come to our
Well,
gala.
of
We'll
course,
give you
you
an
have
award.
to achieve something for the award.
Yeah, but weren't you be like, yo, I achieved a lot of things like 5 years in. Where were you guys then?
Yeah, no,
I don't know what award you're talking about. But
She got like a closet full of them.
Oh, okay.
I bet.
All right. That's awesome.
It adds up.
yeah.
But anyways,
But
continue.
because
Starting
for
out,
me, it felt like Afghans didn't care about me at all until white
Until you
people
got
cared about me.
Oh my God.
Until like I had regular fans. And then they're like, oh, this guy's, people like this guy. Oh, I see. Oh, I get his humor now. And it's just, so I was
That's
just curious.
typically the situation. I was actually very, very lucky because, first of all, my family was the biggest support. They actually encouraged me. I really wanted to get into astronomy, and they
Astronomy?
yeah, we'll talk
Okay.
about that later.
Okay. Astronomy's cool. I thought you were going to say astrology.
Not
I'm like, wait a
astrology,
minute, like,
astronomy, like
the
science,
actual science.
physics.
Yeah.
My goal was to work for NASA. I just really wanted to go that route, and that was my major.
Yeah.
But it was so funny because it's unheard of. My Indian mom, my Afghan dad, and my 2 Indian grandparents, who are all so big on education, so big on all this stuff, sat me down and they they realized that I was working so hard in university and also working many, many jobs to pay for it. They didn't help financially. And so I'm never home. I'm stressed. I'm barely making it. And they sat me down. We had this whole like intervention.
Yeah.
And they said, look, Tam, like, you're so good with art. You love this whole, world where you're with us and taking photos of the brides, and you also help with the brides and stuff. Why don't you make that a thing? Why don't you go to cosmetology school, take a year off of school, go to cosmetology school, get your license, build your business, let your business pay for the rest of your schooling. And that's literally what I did.
That's awesome.
This is the point where every Afghan person listening hates you right now.
Yeah.
They're like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
How
go
do we
to
replicate
this is why you support your kids' dreams. You see something and you have to support it.
This is anti-supported dreams. And this is where we're at in our lives.
And I'm kind of somewhere in the middle.
You're kind of in the middle. That's so funny.
That's the spectrum.
Yeah.
Okay.
So starting off, obviously with, family support, I already had what I needed to succeed. It came from home.
It's beautiful.
Everything else was just very organic. I shared my work at the dawn of social media. This is like MySpace days. I didn't use MySpace to just show off my top 8 friends. I showed my work. I went out and I took pictures of my clients and I showed it. I took pictures of makeup products. I showed it. And I built a really loyal, strong, supportive audience there, brought them over to Facebook, and then brought them over to Instagram, and every platform just built and built. And Instagram is actually what blew everything up.
How long did it take to get as many followers as you have on Instagram? Was it just a accumulation?
Pretty quick. Pretty quick. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now it's all about retaining your following, right? Like the growth for makeup artists is very hard because it's not, unless you're making those trendy viral videos, which I'm a trendsetter. I'm not a trend follower. I'm pretty much not going to be making those silly silly videos just to get views. For me, it's about the value of the content I'm delivering, not the virality of it.
Gotcha.
So, I'm not really looking for growth. I'm looking for converting the followers I have into paid customers. And so I want to provide the value on my page. So that's where I'm at. So the people that are following me, the people that have been supporting me, they've been there from the beginning, and it did grow pretty fast, and it's pretty much just stayed at a really, really strong level. And it worked out really, really well for me. But as far as having backlash and things like that, I think that just kind of comes with the territory. People who don't believe in you, who think that you're doing the wrong thing. I mean, there's been many instances throughout my career where I was faced with a lot of, negative talk and people who just didn't believe that I could actually do something. But you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for you. And also another big thing is you don't want to prove your haters wrong. You want to prove your supporters right. And I think switching that mindset really changes everything, where now it's people are like, how do you deal with all the haters? And I'm like, what are you talking, what hater? What are you talking about? You're looking at a small little micro section of this massive audience that absolutely supports everything I do. And that's what I'll choose to kind of focus on.
Very positive outlook.
You have to.
Because I'm just I see one negative comment and I'm just I'm going to fuck this guy.
That was me. That was.
I hate this guy. I'll prove this guy wrong. Fuck my supporters. I need to show this one guy.
Respond to just that guy and
forever.
Nobody else.
Every time. I'm just talking to him. People are I love you. No, this guy said something about my feet. It's just.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And often they're right.
I
love where this conversation is going. I would like to pause just to change the batteries of our cameras. So let's take a quick little break, and then we'll continue with Tamanna Roashan. We'll be back.
Hey, everybody. It's me, Dauood, and I'm here with
Kane.
And we are the AwJiz boys, and we would love for you guys to subscribe. We did notice a trend recently that anybody who does subscribe has a huge hog, ladies included. So please subscribe if you're part of that metric.
Thank you. And now back to the episode.
And we're back, everyone. If you guys are just tuning in. Anyways, if you guys are just tuning in, we're talking to Tamanna Roashan, who is known for Dress Your Face. Do people call you Dress Your Face? Hey, dress your face, dress your face.
I get both.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you prefer?
my name.
I don't know. Maybe you're like a rapper. I don't know.
Well, what's really funny is like my close people, they call me Tam.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And random, people who I've never met, people who see me outside, they'll also call me Tam.
Yeah.
So then I know, okay, they're OG followers. Like they know. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're here with Tam. That's what we'll say for now on. For this.
Dress your face.
Dress your
Dress.
dress
Okay.
it up. Questions for us guys, and we want to get like a present for our partners.
Yeah, makeup Yeah, like a beauty thing.
Yeah, we want.
But also we don't want to insult them.
Yeah.
Is it insulting if I got her like a brush or like a
You should get her the DYF Beauty brush set.
All
Like
right.
that would be
Okay.
top notch.
Okay.
A million points
Tell
right
us-
off the
tell
bat.
us why. Tell us
right
why.
off the bat.
Yeah, why would she like
Let
that?
me say it's the sexiest brush set you'll ever see.
Oh yeah?
So if you were to get something for your girl, but you don't know what makeup to get her,
Okay.
you get her the brushes.
I was
Would you
thinking
do
like a Dyson air thingy.
Oh, a vacuum?
Yes, a vacuum. I was
The
thinking-
head vacuum.
yeah. I'm gonna give my girl a Dyson vacuum. That's what it is.
I think she would appreciate that, and it's functional.
Yeah,
You know,
right,
and you
women
guys-
love function. Yeah, I got my mom an iron for Mother's Day when I was a kid, and she still uses it.
Slap the shit.
I was like,
Oh my
hey.
God.
I was like, hey.
No,
these-
let me tell you something. Don't get her something she needs. Okay? Don't
Okay.
get her something she needs. She can figure that out for herself, or just get that as a regular, I'm providing for you. Okay?
I'll get an oil
But
change.
when it
That's good. That's a good one.
They always forget.
They
always
always-
forget to get the
That's
oil
so
change.
thoughtful.
Or gas. They always forget gas.
They're not gonna. That's on them. They gotta.
That's-
If they can't remember to get gas, they gotta.
Bare minimum.
They have to feel that out.
Okay,
No.
okay. So no makeup. We
Bare
should not give our girls makeup.
You could, most likely they're going to know what they want.
What's a gift that you
Pay
want?
attention to what they talk about and what they like,
that's a
and
lot
maybe
of work.
like,
That's so much
or
work.
like get to know their bestie and ask their bestie, hey, what are the products that she wants, and like figure it out on the site.
Her bestie is really flirtatious, and she hates it when I talk to her.
Hilarious. But I was thinking just to catch all that for all women that doesn't include us thinking harder than we have to. What would you want?
Okay, there we go.
Okay, so I value thoughtfulness over price.
God damn it.
Yeah, you have to use.
That's what a
you
ballin' girl
gotta-
says. She's
you
like,
have to pay
yeah.
attention.
Okay.
And especially these days, right? We're like most of the girls, we're working, we have our own money. Whatever luxuries we want, we can get it ourselves. It's not really you going out of your way. Okay, thanks for my bag, whatever, that's fine. And
Yeah.
some people still very much value that. That's fine.
Got it.
For me personally, you're asking me what I would want. I would want something that really shows that you put thought into it, that you're paying attention to the things that matter to me, or you're cultivating an experience for me. You're taking me somewhere and we're not just going to eat. There's a whole itinerary planned, something that really does take effort. That's what I would value.
Macaroni art. that's what it
Wait,
says.
yeah, what's thoughtful? Like, what if I sing a song for you? Would you like that?
That's sweet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What if my singing is bad?
Less sweet.
Slightly less.
Because, like, I'm
Write
thinking,
a poem, write a poem.
what if my poems are, but if it's the idea that
Okay,
counts?
what you're asking is like really extreme.
This is extreme?
Okay, yeah, like we're not asking our men to write us a fucking poem or like sing a song and like produce it for us. We just want to know that you're thinking of
Yeah.
us in not just the way of, oh, she likes this, let me buy it for her, or here's a piece of jewelry. We love jewelry, but
Okay.
all
right.
not just that. Like put real thought into something.
Yeah.
see.
When she says something, what I do is I'll be like, this sounds important, and I'll put a note, and then I'll just save it
Yes,
forever.
yes.
And then
Use
when
your
she's
notes.
and then when she's mad at me, I'll go and buy that thing that's
it.
similar to that. I'd be like, eh? And then
I
I'm
do
okay.
the same thing, but she always gets mad when I give her the present.
What does she get mad about?
Like, I'll just buy her, like, tampons. Because I'll be like, she's on her
I
period.
remember that you needed these.
I remember that this is the case.
That's not a gift.
The thing is, I just hacked into her phone and I saw that period app. So I'm just like, okay. And then I'm trying to be thoughtful.
You fucked up. You should give her chocolate. That's what you got to do.
Bro, you don't give chocolate to bitches.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry.
That's his lady he's talking about.
I'm not. I'm just trying to be. No, I love my wife. This is not about this. We're doing a bit of satire. This might be one of the few episodes my wife actually watches. So I love my wife. She's awesome. She's a great person, and she hates my jokes, and she hates this podcast.
Yeah, checks out.
Yeah. Okay, so we did. What conclusion did we get? Just be thoughtful. I
That's
guess?
kind of what it sounds like.
I'm not
Yeah,
going to give you a
it's-
blueprint.
Okay,
Yeah,
It's very,
yeah,
it's
you need
very
to
like
be thoughtful.
you have to figure it
But
out.
okay, fine. Then help guys in some other ways. Okay, then what can guys do to like, I don't know, like
Wear makeup. Should men wear makeup?
Wait, how about this? Mother's Day is Mother's Day is coming up. Mother's Day is coming up. What's a good present you give to a mother? Because you're a mother.
Yeah, yeah. Again, I have my preferences of what I find
Diapers,
value
wipes.
in.
An iron.
Please, no necessities.
Okay.
Give a mom
gun.
pay for a spa day for her,
Okay.
a day off.
Oh,
You're going to the spa. This is all included.
I actually like that.
You know, that would be such a thoughtful gift for
that's actually a
Mother's
good
Day.
idea. That's a
Buy
good,
her a bunch of
Or, you know,
Groupons.
yeah, whatever.
Okay,
It doesn't
yeah.
matter how much you're.
Yeah.
It's the experience, right, and the
She's gonna-
thoughtfulness.
Here she goes. He gets a
Getting
rub and
her
tug.
out. I'm watching the kids.
Yeah.
You don't worry about anything. You're not cooking. You're not cleaning today. You're
Exactly.
going for a spa day. Everything will be clean by the time you
Happy
come
ending.
home, and I will have dinner ready for you.
Yes.
You know, just like a full day.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that. Okay, that's a okay. Thank you. That's a great.
There it
Hey
is.
guys, the three guys that are watching. All right, you got some tips. All right, get her a spa day. Just make sure it's not like a random Asian spa that she's getting her massage.
Yeah. Make sure it's legit.
Make sure it's kind of legit. Make sure they take like insurance.
Yeah.
That's how you know.
That's how you know. Yeah. What's that one? What's the big place that takes insurance?
Kaiser. What?
Yes. Yes. Book a Kaiser date for
Kaiser
her.
day.
Have her.
We booked
Get-
all your appointments in one day.
Yeah, get her a physical. Okay, that's what she wants. Make sure everything's up to date. You know,
That's so funny.
hit up the gyno. Okay, make sure your lady's taken care of.
These are all actually great ideas.
Yeah,
Because
dude.
as a mom, she might forget.
This will be the most jam-packed day of her life. Starts off with an oil change. It's just the most productive. That's what men love, though. Men love being just like, all right, we're getting shit done. Solutions-based gifts.
She just dude, this is hilarious. It's so funny. This is wow. So after you do all that, she might want a divorce.
Yeah, and you know what? That's a win-win, is what we call that. No. All right, back to makeup questions. So do you actually still do makeup artistry, or are you just like in the brand, like creating stuff now?
So I
products.
took some
I
time
think she's
off.
Andre 3000. Do you know Andre 3000?
He plays the flute.
No, he quit music and rapping, but once in a while he'll show up on a Drake feature. He'll show up with Jay-Z.
Okay, so every now and
I
again,
was doing that for a while, but now I'm more.
you're back
Oh,
into...
You know,
Okay,
it's
that's full
different.
on.
After divorce, I have this like freedom of like more days to
Spa
myself. where I
days,
can-
oil change days,
You
physical
think I'd be
days.
spending it in spa days?
Yeah.
No, I took some time off of like clients unless they were, celebrities or
Yeah.
something, and once in a blue moon, like a destination wedding, because those are fun.
Yeah.
But I was focusing on teaching. I was selling out world tour,
wow.
seats, and
Oh,
so
wow.
I was just teaching around the world and having a blast with that, and that took a lot of time and energy and focus. I retired about a year ago and decided, okay, I'm going to focus my energy into the brand, into growing the brand. So that's what I've really been focusing on. And then I also have an online makeup platform. It's now on an app. But so that's also another focus. So really teaching still, but instead of in person, online. Hey, buddy. Hey.
How do you get down here?
I told you the cushion means nothing to these things. All right, all this.
Thank you.
All right. Who's outside? Let's keep all of this in. So, Do you like dogs? You're like a dog person?
I'm not a dog person.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I'm not. But
But you're still vegan. You like vegan products. You're not like, don't test it on dogs.
I love animals in general.
I see.
And that's why, like, when I came in and the dogs were all over me, I was like all over them too, because like you can't not love them back when they're so lovable. But I'm not a dog person. I am a cat person.
Okay.
Yeah.
I only like birds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I've had birds.
You had birds?
I've had
What
birds.
kind of birds?
I had parakeets and they had babies, which was very rare.
Parakeets
Oh
are
my
cool.
God.
Yeah.
Dauood loves parakeets.
Oh yeah, I let him go by accident.
By accident.
Well, I've had many
They probably
birds.
died.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was a very dumb kid. Well, I had different sets of birds. When I was really young, I had some parakeets, and I left the cage open, and they flew away. And then another time, my mom made me free them, because she felt bad that they were
bad.
caged, and they died immediately. Probably they're not.
Yeah, they can't go in the wild.
They're not street birds.
I see.
Yeah, so they're dead.
Yeah.
Your mom's like, they've had high school education. That's good enough.
Yeah, exactly. That's a jab at my mom. But
I love you. Roshni. I'm
yeah,
so sorry.
Anyway, so you still do the makeup artist, or you're back in the game?
I'm back in the game for bridal, for like
For bridal.
specific brides. Yeah.
Okay, so what's your favorite event that you've ever done?
Oh my God. So there's this. I'll never ever ever forget it. I think the internet will never forget this one.
Okay.
I had.
So we can watch this, the thing you're
Yeah.
going to talk about?
It's all in my highlights.
Oh,
My
all
story
right.
highlights on Instagram.
We're going to do this right
So,
after.
yeah.
Okay, tell
It's
us.
pretty epic. So I've had some really amazing destination weddings
Okay.
over the years, and there's one or two that really took the cake on this, but the first one is the one that really went viral. I'm still friends with her, Roshni. Roshni, hi.
She's probably watching.
I hope she's watching.
Is she Afghan?
She is Indian,
Roshni?
and
Very Indian.
Her last name is Roshan.
Roshan
Kind of
is-
close.
Roshni.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
And she hired me for a week-long Indian wedding in Abu Dhabi.
Oh wow.
And so it was like every single day was multiple events
Yeah.
and different themes. What I did was I sat there for months and months ahead of time on conference calls with her and her mom and whoever else. And we designed specific looks for specific events. And she had very, very detailed invitations where each invite to each event showed and depicted and the theme, of
Wow.
the event. And so
Can
then
you give us an example?
Yeah,
Like,
what are
what
the
does that
themes?
mean?
What are
so
the
there
themes?
was, I don't remember the names of the themes. It was very clever and beautiful, but there was like a floral theme for the
Oh, okay.
Mendi, and there was a rave theme for one of the after parties, and like there was just so many very different looks.
And
So
you kept
I
changing
got
her
to
makeup.
do a completely different signature for every single event.
Whoa.
It was like 9 or 10 events that I did total, and very, very different from each other. So things like that excite me because it's like I'm not just creating a look for you, I'm literally curating an entire experience for each event,
Yeah.
and keeping in mind like your outfit, the decor, the whole like what is this event for? Is it a religious one? Is it a party one? Like where are we going to go with this? And it became this whole thing, like this whole production. And as each event was rolling out, and I was invited to all the events too, so I was like partying hard with them.
Yeah, yeah.
And so as each event rolled out, I was posting it on Snapchat and Instagram, and everyone was losing their shit. I mean,
Oh,
her
wow.
following blew up, mine
yeah.
blew up. It was just this whole thing. I don't think anyone will ever forget
That's awesome.
Wow.
those looks.
I have some questions about this. I don't know, do we want
go
to jump?
ahead, go ahead.
My first question is like more on the business side. All right. So if you're walking in and you have 9 to 10 different looks that you have to do, so do you do like mock-ups going in and you show them what they look like and you kind of get an approval process, or they trust you completely?
You could, but my people trust me completely. I don't even do a consult.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. Nice.
Practice? Do you have like a mannequin at home?
No.
And you're just like
My
fuck,
daughter does.
Oh,
I
yeah?
don't. No. Yeah.
Okay.
She's so into it.
You're probably just confident in your skills
I
at
mean,
this
when
point.
you've been doing something for so long,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
just figure. And I think that's what separates like a good makeup artist from a great one. Is
Yeah.
like with a good makeup artist, someone will show you a picture and you can copy it, you can replicate it.
Yeah.
A great makeup artist, you're
Creative.
not just copying, you're actually customizing. And even if someone shows me, like I do ask my brides, show me some inspo just so I know the direction we're going in, but they'll trust me to create something that fits them. You have to understand face structure, you have to understand their own personality too. Like that's the other thing, you have to be a good people person, and you have to be able to like understand their energy and like what they're comfortable with too, because that can make or break your appointment, and this is their big day. You want them to feel empowered in certain events, and you want them to feel romantic and sweet in certain events. It really just depends on what the event is, but to understand that and to be able to customize the look based on the requirements and the expectations, like I think that's what does it.
Okay.
All right. Can we pivot? Are you good?
I got one last one.
Okay.
How do you, so today, if somebody wants to hire you and you're busy with so many things you just mentioned, how do you choose which project to take on?
So for a while, especially while I was like touring and stuff, I couldn't even book brides because
Sure.
I could be touring. I mean, how do I know that I'm going to be here or not? Brides want to book you a year in advance, 2 years in advance. And I just didn't know my schedule. So I wasn't able to do it. So at that time, what I did was if it was a destination wedding, I would take it and I would do a masterclass there too.
Oh.
So like for this Abu
Nice.
Dhabi one, I ended up doing a masterclass in Dubai
Oh my god.
at the same time. So it's just like boom, boom, just like maximize the trip, you know, make it really make sense.
This is so crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, like, are you always this crazy, strong businesswoman who's like, let me maximize everything?
Literally.
Wow.
I was selling services in high school. I would bring henna
Well,
cones
let's
to high school. and
say
be
that
like,
Probably
differently.
change their verbiage so that
selling services.
Yeah, yeah.
No, okay. I was doing henna art
There you
before
go.
people knew what henna was.
Great.
got it.
Okay.
Yeah. So like little things to make money at school,
Got
whatever.
it.
So yeah, no, I've always been that way. But yeah, that's how I would operate at that time. Now that I'm not touring anymore, I am able to book brides. I don't book them so much in advance, but I am able to do it. And I'll just make sure that, okay, so, you know, during this time I'm here, I mark it in the calendar. We have our deposit. Everything's good.
Yep.
I have a photographer I work with
Yes.
and we kind of tag team and he helps book the brides for me because I honestly don't have time to even like look at my emails.
see.
So he'll go through the emails and the inquiries and then contact them for me, give the price list, and then he'll book both of us or just me.
Oh wow.
Okay. I have
Amazing.
2 questions based on this.
Okay.
One is we heard about Ellen, this lady who's hilarious, Ellen DeGeneres, who's like such a funny person, but then everyone that worked with her is like, she's a bitch, like
Cunt, I
to
think is
work
the word.
with. Okay, great.
Yeah.
So the people that actually work with you, how would you describe you? Because you're still their boss, you're still their employer at that certain stage. How would you describe that relationship?
How would they describe you?
I don't have
That's better.
employees. I don't have employees.
Oh yeah.
No,
okay.
you just
One
said you have the.
I
you
have my photographer. He's not my
okay.
employee. Like we're partners.
That's a contract work, right? What do you mean partners?
Like he focuses on his shit, I focus on mine, but like he helps book, like he'll close the deal with the brides
Oh,
for me.
so it's kind of like a management role, then not just the photographer.
I guess yeah.
So, that's interesting. That's an
Yeah, I
interesting
know. It's a
dynamic.
very it's just something because like we're very close. We've been working together for so long since I lived in the Bay Area.
I see. I see.
And
You lived
so
in the Bay?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I lived in the Bay. I was raised there.
Okay.
Where in the Bay?
In San Leandro, and then
Okay.
after marriage we moved to Fremont for a few years and then came back to LA.
Very Afghan Indian thing to do.
It is.
Yeah, I grew up in the Bay
It
too.
is. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
in the Bay.
Union City.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I know Union City very well.
For sure. Where do you
yeah.
go to cosmetology?
Cosmetology school in
Yeah.
Castro Valley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's one in Dublin that
Oh yeah.
a lot
We
of my
passed
exes
by.
went.
Oh, a lot of your exes went.
yeah, yeah. yeah.
Okay.
That was the place you'd go
Good
to
place.
cruise for chicks.
Oh my God.
yeah.
Got it.
But,
Got it. Okay, so that's an interesting dynamic. So you guys are partners. That
Yeah,
ultimately.
we're really close friends, also family friends. You know, we work together very well. And we traveled together too. He
Yes.
would come with me on my tour along with a few of my other like core people.
Nice.
But I would never call them my employees. They were just, you know, we collaborated together.
Yeah,
It was
I
just
see.
like
Your
what we
squad.
do.
yeah.
my
Okay.
squad.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There we go.
My
I see.
Your
squad,
entourage,
My
yeah,
other question is
dream
actually
team.
your question before,
which is
is there any like celebrities that you've done makeup with? Some people, I mean, maybe like they're celebrities, but in a niche world, but like
Uh-huh.
mainstream celebrities that we would know about.
Christina Milian Grammy.
oh,
Yeah.
Christina Milian.
Yeah,
oh,
she's
dude,
one
I
of my
wish her career was
favorites.
bigger.
Yeah.
She deserves more.
She deserves so much more. She's
Yeah.
such a homegirl. Like
Mm-hmm.
fucking love her. Her whole family, her mom and I are still in touch. Like her sister,
Whoa.
we're all still in touch.
Yeah.
But she was one of my first mainstream artists that I work with in LA.
Wow.
Mm,
Yeah.
awesome. Anybody that was a total fucking asshole that you probably don't want to
She's
say
not
their
gonna
name.
say it.
No, I swear.
You don't have to say
I
a name.
swear. No.
Have-
I've had like asshole brides,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
I've
no
not
celebrities.
Not lately.
You don't have to say a name, obviously, but no,
not
you have.
one celebrity has been rude.
All right, what was the worst bride? Don't say the name, but
Yeah,
like, what was the
yeah.
experience?
Oh God.
Yeah, like what's something like you were like this fucking.
She's like
asshole.
definitely Afghan, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, keep going. Tell us
Let's
about
keep
what-
going.
I've
Why
had
was
a
it bad?
couple bad, Indian ones too, but those were like a little bit more just like bridezilla situations.
Yeah, yeah.
I was scammed by an Afghan bride.
Oh my God.
It
You ended up
was
buying a
so
car somehow.
bad.
Oh
It
my
was
God.
so
Well, how'd they
bad.
scam you?
Okay, guys. So
There we
this
go.
is also why I don't do consults anymore.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
trials. I don't do trials.
Oh, okay, I could kind of see what happened.
So I was working out of my Fremont apartment at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And she comes in. I think I was like doing some other service for her. I think I was cutting her hair or doing something. I don't know. I forgot. But somehow she had an appointment with me and we're chatting, whatever. And she goes, you're still doing like bridal makeup and all that stuff too, right? And I was like, yeah. And she goes, are you available like, I don't know, whatever day? And I said, well, I can find out. Is that your wedding? And she goes, yeah. And like, I still don't have an artist and I'm freaking out and I love you, Tamanna Roashan, blah, 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 all this stuff, right? So I'm trying to talk to her and we're figuring out, okay, this is not giving us so much time. It's kind of last minute. She goes, because it's so last minute, do we have time for a trial? Can we please do a trial? I said, I typically do trials Monday through Thursday.
Okay.
Because Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm booked with weddings. I can definitely squeeze you in for this, for your wedding, but we don't have a lot of weekdays before that. And she goes, is there any way you could fit me in on Friday then? And I was like, I don't really do trials on Friday, and I'm thinking, okay, this girl's desperate. She's
What exactly is
getting
a trial
married.
again?
Where you try out the makeup for the bride.
Okay.
And typically, like, some artists will do like just half the face, or
Yeah,
they'll do
yeah.
different looks on each face, each part of the face. But I would do the full look so that they could really feel comfortable.
Okay.
And I could write down, everything and take a
Yeah,
picture and
yeah.
remember what we're doing, right? So I'm trying to explain to her, like, I don't really do it on Fridays, but then she talked me into it. She goes, Tamanna Roashan,
Yeah, I've got
so, all this stuff. And I'm just like, okay, fine. Like, I trust you. Let's do Friday. And she
Did they like
goes-
put a deposit down at this stage?
That was the other thing. So she goes, Paisara loro mamiole, but I'll talk to my, fiance and he'll just bank wire it, whatever. And I was like, okay, here's my direct deposit information.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is awesome.
Oh my God.
This is so
So-
fun.
She's reliving the trauma.
Yeah, you could tell.
Oh
I know. Thanks, guys.
Sorry, but not sorry. We need this.
She comes in for her trial. It's a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Comes in and she's like really stressed out. Like, you could tell, very chaotic, not on time. She has a bunch of stuff with her, and I'm just like, okay, let's just sit down and let's breathe and let's do this. So I do the trial on her, and she's absolutely loving it, and she's having me like do more stuff.
Yeah.
Because the trial doesn't really include every single thing, like false lashes, for example.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that's such a, I'm not going to include that in the trial. Just know that I'm going to include it in the wedding.
sure.
So she goes, well, can I try on the false lashes that you have? And I was like, okay, well, it's going to be $10.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's fine, whatever. Like, I'll add it to the total. So I get the false lashes, I put it on her. So basically, I'm fully getting her ready.
Yeah.
Okay. And she also asked for a hair trial. I almost never do hair trials, but I just felt so bad for this girl. She very distraught kind of a personality. So I was like, let me just take care of her, whatever. And so I do the hair, I do the like, everything's done.
At no point you were thinking or did you have some
She
suspicions?
was so good. And
okay.
also, I was very new.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, this is early in the career.
I had just moved to Fremont. I
Okay.
didn't know like a lot of Afghans, okay?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like I had started my career mainly with Indians.
Yeah.
And some Arabs, but that's it.
Sure.
Not to talk shit about all Afghan. I
No,
have
of course,
the
of
best
course.
Afghan clients.
Yes,
But
we
this was,
understand.
a
This
very
one
early
specific
experience.
story. We'll say
Yeah.
this one.
And we all know
Just-
Indians are the scammers anyway. So it's just like,
Come on, it's Jamaicans now.
oh, is it Jamaicans now?
Yes.
They-
Anyways, let's keep going.
Anyway.
So I'm finished with her look,
Mm-hmm.
and she's loving it. I mean, like, she's obsessing over it. She goes, Tamanna Roashan, this is so great. Okay, so Bahir Sunday is the wedding.
Yes.
And we'll do this exact thing and all this stuff. And I said, okay, did you bring your checkbook? Because I didn't get a direct deposit.
Yeah.
And she goes, no, you didn't get a deposit? And she's like acting like she's calling her man. And I was like, look, your wedding's in a day and a half.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I need that deposit now,
Yeah.
or like at least by tomorrow morning,
Yep.
so I can make sure that I actually show up to your wedding.
Yeah.
And she goes, Tamanna Roashan, of course. And she's, again, playing the Afghan card. I would never do that. We're like sisters now. You really took care of me. I absolutely adore you. I'm your biggest fan, all this shit.
Yeah.
So I trusted her and I let her leave with nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. Saturday, I'm fully booked with weddings. I'm not paying attention to anything. Sunday, and then I realize when I come home Saturday night that I still haven't received not just the deposit. Like, I'm not even really caring about the deposit. I don't have an address to go to.
Yeah.
Like, okay, fine, pay me in cash when I get there, or have someone go to the bank, like whatever. I'm not going to bail out on a bride who's
Of course,
clearly
this
just
is
so
important.
unorganized
Yes.
and like freaking out. Maybe she just doesn't know how to like, figure out life or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just felt like I had to take care of her. I'm texting her nonstop, babe, just give me the address.
Yeah.
Just give me that. Let me know exactly where to go. And I'm not hearing back. Finally, it's now the morning of the wedding.
Okay.
And I knew the time.
Yeah.
I just didn't know where.
Okay.
So I'm waking up early. My kit's ready. Everything's done. And I am texting her and calling her. I'm like, girl, like, do you want me there or not?
Yeah.
She's texting saying, oh my gosh, yes, of course. Hang on. I'll get that for you. I'm waiting. I get nothing. Finally, I'm calling. Her fiance picks up.
Yeah.
And he goes, why are you harassing us?
Oh shit.
And I'm like, what? I'm sorry. I'm the makeup artist for today.
Yeah.
And first of all, like, I don't know where to go. And second, the full payment's due today. Don't, worry about the bank deposit. Just have cash.
Yeah.
But like, this is the situation. I just need the address. Like, I can't like just desert you guys.
Of course.
And he goes, my fiance hated her makeup at the trial and she no longer wants to book you. You're not booked. We never confirmed.
Oh man.
Oh no.
And I was like, I'm literally in touch
Yeah.
with your fiance. She never said that she's going a different direction. In fact, she loved the makeup and was raving about it. So what are you talking about? And he goes, no, she hated it and this is bullshit. You keep harassing us. I'm going to call the police, this and this, right? So I'm like now shaking. Like my heart is pounding. I'm young and like I've never dealt with this before.
For sure.
And I'm shaking. And at the time, like my husband was like, what is going on? Like, do you need me to talk to them? And I'm like, no, like, but what the fuck? Like, what do I do? And so we're both kind of like dumbfounded.
Yeah.
So the guy hangs up on me. I'm calling back to say, okay, then your wife or your fiance owes me for the trial.
Sure. Yeah.
Because I didn't get anything for that. So this is the amount. He goes, I'm not paying for shit except for the lashes, the $10.
Oh man.
So he clearly knew
Yeah.
what was going on.
Yes.
And he's offering me now $10.
Oh my God.
God damn.
And I'm like, okay, this is crazy. I don't need your fucking $10.
Yeah.
I needed the deposit. I put time aside to get up earlier than the rest of my clients to take care of your wife. And now you're telling me nothing was confirmed and that's my bad.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, my bad. I didn't ask for a contract to be signed or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, fuck your $10. Like, I don't want it. This is bullshit. But you guys are scammers.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was like, stop calling, whatever. So that was the end of that. We ended the conversation and I'm just like shaking. And I'm like, I can't believe I literally just got scammed. And oh my God, did she hate my makeup? And now I'm like doubting myself.
Of
like,
course.
what the fuck was that? Like, what happened?
Yes.
And so I go online and I'm just killing time.
Okay.
You know how Facebook suggests?
Yes.
Friends.
Yes. Of course, because it has the number saved probably or something too.
Yep.
Probably.
Yeah.
I go on, I see the friend suggestion. I go on her page.
Oh no.
Friday was her wedding.
Oh my God.
Knew it. I was waiting for that.
I thought that's what it was.
I was waiting for that.
Was her wedding.
Yep.
Damn.
She had my makeup on, my hair, my lashes,
Oh.
and had her whole fucking wedding.
You gotta respect it.
Posted
gotta
that
respect it.
shit
Yeah.
on a non-private page.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, you know what?
Yeah. That
It's fine.
is.
As long as my makeup didn't suck, I didn't give a fuck. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay.
You're like, I knew my makeup wasn't bad.
Exactly.
It's fine.
That was the most suspicious part of the story.
I don't need the payment. I just need the validation.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Did you end up calling her out or anything, or you just kind of let it go and
I
just
let it
like,
go.
You're such a. Okay.
But
Yes.
after that,
Yes.
you learned
I
your
don't
lessons.
show up unless I have a signed contract and
A deposit and
a deposit back then, but now I require full payment.
okay.
Yep.
Well, that's you got to go through that. You got to
live and you learn.
You got to live and you learn.
Yeah.
Did you have a situation like that as a comedian where you did not get paid for something that they were like, we're
I've
gonna
had
pay?
checks bounce and stuff, but like
Okay.
you just yell at enough people, you'll get paid. Because I don't think they were trying to scam me. I did get asked to do a festival
Okay.
that was like in Concord, California,
By Afghans?
by like Pakistani dudes.
All right.
And it was like a festival where like Russell Peters was in it, and it was like music and comedy.
Yeah.
And like they were like, we'll give you this much. I'm like, all right, that's a decent rate. This is what I normally do. I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
And then it gets closer and closer. And I'm not getting any updates or anything. And I'm like, hey, we're still doing this. What time do I show up? And then it was just like a giant. They were trying to do like a fire festival thing.
Oh.
And it was just like a giant. It was called XOXO Festival. It's like you could Google it.
Sure.
Those guys went to like jail.
Okay.
And yeah, so there's always gonna be scammers out there. I am always so cynical. I don't trust anybody with anything. So with that, I booked another gig that day, just because it's like they didn't follow up. I was like, all right,
Have a backup.
exactly. I'll do something small. I'll get paid less, but like I have this just in case.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can't trust anybody. And anybody who pulls that Afghan, dude, my mom got in a car accident.
Yep.
Like not a crazy one, but she got like dinged, and in like the Bay Area. And an Afghan guy, hit her with a car, and he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Khalajan. Can we just pull over real quick?" And he's like, "Ma Afghan astum, don't worry, da da da."
Sure.
And then my mom's like, "Okay, we'll get out of the road to pull over."
Yes.
And he gets in his car, they pull over, he just smashes off. And I'm just like, people will use that race car to like try to sympathize with you. And
Of
then
course.
No shame, man.
No
Like,
shame.
just no,
Yeah.
no
I can't
shame.
imagine being like, "I'm Afghan, bro, don't worry," and then just doing the grimiest shit.
Yes. Yes.
So
That,
yeah, man.
oh man, like to be honest, like now I'm kind of happy that my wife is like a 9 to 5 lady and she's not her own business. Because if that happened and some other man is talking to my wife, I'm scrapping. I don't care.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there's no way you're disrespecting my. First of all, the money thing, sure, but to disrespect my wife like
Oh, for
that,
sure.
oh,
Yeah, yeah,
dude,
yeah.
like I'm pulling up. You
for
know?
sure. Yeah, that's damn the wedding. That's such a funny scam.
To be honest,
though.
the moment you started talking, I'm like, it was probably the wedding day.
Friday,
'Cause
I was like, yeah, I
you
was
like,
like-
she looked stressed that day. I'm like, oh, it's probably her wedding
yeah,
day,
I think
right?
it's Friday. Yeah, well, also the way she told it.
The way you told it, I was like,
Set it up. I set
She
it
had
up.
foreshadowing in there.
yeah,
It was-
exactly.
yeah.
Great storytelling.
It was great
I was
storytelling.
engaged.
Captivated.
Yes. Maybe there's a movie in this.
Yeah. Wedding scammers.
Weddings.
Wedding scam.
But
It's all Afghans.
oh man, it's okay. Well, that's good. That's good for the makeup artist. To Get your deposit, get your contracts.
Yeah.
What is we're probably wrapping up here, right? We got
No, we got a
Okay.
couple more. I like talking to her. I'm
Okay.
okay. Why are you such a hater? Just
No,
because
there's
talking
no
about
hate.
makeup and
Hater.
stuff. You get we
Well, okay.
I want to hear. You said client like bad stories, right? And she gave us a client good story as well, right?
was a
Working
bad
with
story.
Afghans.
Yeah, that was a terrible story. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's what I mean. So she
Yeah.
said she gave us both. But why do you like when you have these type of experiences? What makes you want to stay in it? Why don't you be like, you know what, fuck this, I'm gonna go back to my corporate gig or something like that when you were at before this?
Oh, well, I mean, I think you guys know by now, like, I'm very glasses half full person and I'm very optimistic. And I also know that this isn't the majority of people. I've
Yeah.
been so blessed with the best clients. And
Yeah.
I literally just have a few bad stories, not a
Yeah.
whole lot. So very lucky in that sense. I don't also give up easy. You have a dream, you're gonna fucking fulfill, like, you have to fulfill it.
Love it.
You know, and you're the first in the bloodline probably. That
And you
keep
can't
doing
have
all
a
the
brittle
things that you're
spirit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you might. It almost kind of like part of the journey. You have to go through these bad things.
have to.
Unfortunately, it's not
Yeah.
always going to be amazing clients that you
Yeah.
deal with, and each of them, as you said, comes with a lesson.
lesson.
The contract thing that you talked about was one of the reasons why I was so cynical of opportunities. Like Dauood was saying, when a Hollywood company contacted me and they didn't have a contract that moment, I was like, I don't think this is real.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then 3 months later, they contacted me again and they're like, we have a contract for an NDA. I'm like, fine, I'll sign an NDA. Then it was actually a Hollywood company. I was like, oh shit, this is legit and everything. But because I was
Now
so
that-
jaded prior to that, when there's no paperwork, I'm just like, this guy's just
I'll
bullshit.
believe it when I see
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's what
And
it was.
that's just how you have to be. I don't know. At least in
Cautious.
Hollywood. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to pivot again. Can we pivot?
I want to pivot, but so far from what you're saying, I want to pivot. But what do you got? Is it a hard pivot?
That's a random question. I was
Let's go.
thinking about it right now.
Tell me.
I feel like men have better skin than women. Is that
That's an interesting take.
You don't
Not
think
just-
so? I feel like women do all this skin product stuff, do everything. Guys just wake up, maybe put some sunscreen on, and call it a day.
Exactly.
Well, y'all have facial hair to hide most of your freaking.
You think
face,
that's what it
so-
is? You think it's the you think under the
okay,
beard have
I'll
blemishes?
that's more equivalent to like contouring. So your
Okay.
makeup is
It's
your
my
beard.
exactly. I agree with that.
Angles and like all that.
But I feel like we
But
get less
skin-
blemishes and like
Maybe.
Pimples? Do you think
Pimples.
women get more
I
pimples?
think so. I think they
Interesting.
and I feel like
Isn't it the products they use that?
that's what I
enhance
always
it?
thought.
What
I
if they
always-
use like
Yeah.
maybe cheaper
I'm
products?
not big on a lot of products.
Okay.
You know, I've had really good skin my whole life.
Okay.
I don't overload or anything. I do wear makeup, but it's
Yeah.
not every day, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's just genetics. I don't think I wouldn't generalize it. At least in my experience, I've worked with so many faces
Yeah.
and I haven't come across very problematic faces,
Sure.
you know, and I've worked with men too and
Have you done grooms?
I've done
What do you-
some
what kind of
grooms
stuff
and
do you
I've done,
do?
like male performers.
What kind of stuff do you do for men?
So it's very minimal. It's
Yeah.
like you create a tinted moisturizer, maybe a little bit of like a blotting sheet or powder or something to prevent like shininess. And I've had some men with like extreme dark circles where I've actually had to color correct with some concealer.
Got it.
I gotta have those.
I need help with that.
Yeah.
This is my genetics. I look like.
I think so. I think it's a brown guy thing.
Yeah.
We just look sleepy.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Exactly. What's your thoughts on? Because you said you don't care about looks a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So
Well,
Let's
to
talk
like
about-
an extent.
yeah.
There's like a little attraction of like something, but that's not what I really
Will you date
lead
someone
with.
shorter than you?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know.
Fair
I
enough.
mean, here's the thing, like,
What about guys with unibrows?
don't fucking me up with this question.
Yeah.
Unibrows is not a problem. I can fix that.
You can
No,
fix
but
it.
what if they're like, I love
I
this
love
look.
my
I like this.
what are
look.
they-
Like I have a unibrow. You know what I'm saying?
Not really.
No, you don't.
But
No,
what's
but
that
if you
basketball
look-
player,
if
Anthony?
Me and you make
We
out.
all
We'd
have
see.
tiny
That's what I
little-
mean.
Yeah,
You'll
every-
see the hair here.
That's not a
that
unibrow,
doesn't
bro.
bother
Oh, like
me.
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a unibrow.
Exactly. And he has that dark one right in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that you don't like that look.
It doesn't bother me that much.
And what if he's, like, so
even height,
confident?
it's, you know, my husband wasn't super tall. He was taller than me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but again, like I don't. For me, it's more like, can you make me laugh? Do we have the same
Nice.
values? Are we gonna have fun adventures together? Can you keep up with my energy? Those are like the main
Okay.
things.
Okay.
Kind of low bar if we think about it.
No, but like it has to hit. You know,
Yeah.
it's not a
It-
low bar.
It has to be exactly those things.
Because you're on a certain frequency, that
Sure.
other person has to match it.
Okay. Okay. I see.
What is a controversial thing about the makeup industry? What would you like? What's a take that you have that you like feel hella firm about that you would say another makeup artist would be like, I don't know if I agree. What's like? Do you have something that's like different than everybody else?
I think people might agree with this. I think, you know, when it comes to the beauty industry in general, they sell you on insecurity before they sell you on the product.
Yep.
So I've never really operated in that way. For me, I sell you on the confidence
Okay.
and like the positive things
Yeah.
I love that.
that come from the makeup.
Okay.
But it's not like I'm like, oh, you are dealing with this, so you need this to correct it. That's not how it, but most, you know,
Yeah.
viral products and like things.
Like a plastic
you know,
surgeon would be like, you gotta,
Right.
you fix this shit.
That's
Yeah.
business, you know?
Yeah.
You have to create that insecurity in the person to make them feel like that is now a need and not a luxury.
But is it because you're successful, mashallah? Because like if you weren't, you would be like, you actually do need these lashes, which is still $30.
You gotta upsell.
You know,
You
like
gotta upsell here and there.
you could if you're that type of person. If you're in a more, let's say, desperate situation,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
might be like, hey, you
Shouldn't.
need this.
But yeah.
You-
Do you ever feel how much do you think genetics plays a part in beauty versus
Most
like
of it.
Do you think so? Do you think it's just some people are just like naturally they're just gonna beat no matter how much makeup you put on somebody versus like a natural beauty? Or can you bridge the gap or
You can definitely bridge the gap. I think, though, what's really funny, and this is where people might be a little bit mind blown, I feel like the prettier the person,
here we go.
the less I can do for them. Because, like, if you're putting on, like, let's say the type of makeup that I can handle on my face, I can
Yeah.
handle a lot of makeup.
Okay.
I still feel like I'm pretty attractive without makeup, but I wouldn't say that I'm like this perfect, you know, face without makeup.
Okay.
If I'm working with a client who literally looks like a little Barbie doll
Yeah,
without makeup on, and I put something on her, it takes away from her beauty. So that to me is a bigger challenge than working with someone who's not conventionally perfect.
Okay.
Because that way
Fucking
I can
uggo.
actually do my shit
Yeah.
and like really
Oh, I
like,
see what
wow,
you mean.
beautiful before and after. So that's
She said she
the way
likes transformations. That makes sense.
I do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Awesome.
I like Afghan women, like traditional women. They have these like tattoos that they do. Have you seen that?
The tribal
It's mostly
tattoos.
Pashtuns, yeah.
Is it Pashtun?
Pashtun,
And then like there's another thing that they put in their eyes. Even men do it. Surma.
Yeah,
Surma. What's that?
Yeah, it's like a.
Kajal, like
What is
eyeliner.
that? Do you want to?
It's like coal,
Okay.
Oh.
and it's actually really good for your eyes.
Interesting.
It contains a lot of minerals.
Oh, really?
To improve the brightness of your eyes and also I guess the overall eye health.
What about like those permanent makeup stuff? Like,
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yum.
Yeah. What is that?
So
do you feel
permanent
about it?
makeup.
Yeah.
I'm not against it.
Okay.
I mean, like I've had my brows bladed, not much because I love
That's just to
changing
tattoo it,
out.
right?
To like little
Yeah.
strokes.
Mhm.
You could do a full tattoo or whatever. I have really good friends in that industry, and one of my best friends does it really nicely. But she's been trying to get me to do like a full brow tattoo, and I'm like, I change my brow shape all the time, and I have
Yes.
fun doing it. So I don't really want like a full on tattoo, but I've had her draw a few strokes in the beginning.
Yeah.
I have very thin brows in the beginning, so I've had her do that, and that was kind of fun. But yeah, I'm not against permanent makeup at all as long as it's done right.
Yeah. What's another permanent thing other than eyebrows that people do?
They do lips. So
Okay.
you can get like, let's say, I'm sure you've seen some people that have like pigmented lips, especially in the brown community and
Yes.
Indian community, a little bit more on the browner or purpler side.
Sure.
And so they'll use, it's called lip blush, and they'll tattoo this like reddish or pinkish pigment, something more healthy or peachy. And it just gives the appearance of like a pinker lip.
I see.
Yeah. So there's lots. There's eyeliner.
Okay.
Tattoo your eyeliner.
I like the tattoo of eyebrows.
Yeah.
I don't. It's just like it looks kind of nice. I
I
think.
like a good Latina eyebrow. Just
What is
Are you
that?
talking about like
super thin, like a
Super
Nike
thin?
swoosh upside down.
Nice.
That's
You like that? Why do you? Why do you like?
That's because he's from the Bay.
Yeah, from the Bay. Yeah. No. Do you think what's thin eyebrows or thick eyebrows?
I think thinner is coming back. I think
Okay.
we're in an era of the clean girl aesthetic where it was more just feathered up for
Yeah.
the longest time. And now finally we're kind of coming back to like a little bit of a 90s vibe, a little bit like, the brown lip liner and the nude inside, or like a lot of gloss, and then, the thinner eyebrow and colored or sparkly lids. I think all of that, that's the thing about trends
Yeah.
is that they keep circling back. And
Okay.
and right now people are appreciating a little bit of that 90s aesthetic.
Is there
so.
any trend that you hope never comes back that you hate?
I would say the concealer brow thing,
What's that?
where like you do the brow nice and like defined, but you put so much concealer around it, and it's like a
Okay.
white frame
Oh yeah.
around the black
I
brow.
remember that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
2014.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
should never come back.
Wow.
You know,
That's so
bad.
interesting.
I'm gonna do that to my own eyebrows. Just my regular skin, just white on both sides. Yeah.
Do women like guys with makeup?
I don't think we
Not
would
like
say that
outside
we
of, like,
like guys with
actors and
makeup,
stuff,
but like
but-
we understand that there's certain. Well, I can't speak for everyone. I was
Yeah.
married to a performer,
Yeah.
so makeup was a thing,
Yeah.
for the stage, not like.
What's
all the time.
what type of grooming is like minimum for a dude's face? Like what do you like?
Or what kind of grooming is acceptable? Let's just go there.
Okay.
Acceptable?
Like to not you don't.
yeah.
Maybe
Some
speak-
dudes got those, those Jersey Shore eyebrows that are super thin. It's like, they went a little
gone.
too
That's-
overly plucked.
I actually used to do that.
I never did that. I
love
never
the
touched-
overly plucked.
Okay. So you hate all Afghan
Chin
singers.
strap beard,
No,
just a super thin beard.
Yep.
just a line.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was, what
what's
a time.
dude? I did the chin strap beard because I couldn't grow a regular beard.
Yep.
I couldn't grow a beard till I was like 25. So
still
I
can't.
always had a chin strap. Yeah.
Yeah. This is.
Thank God for the beard though.
Yeah. You look great.
I'm so lucky that
working.
we can have beards.
Yes.
It's so nice.
Okay. So we're talking about grooming. Let's go male grooming.
Yeah, so lined up facial hair, eyebrow, just like brushing through with a little bit of gel or something, just so that
Gelling, spiky
Gel?
eyebrows.
Gel, no, like
Just
flattening.
okay.
Flattening. Because sometimes,
How thick are
especially
those eyebrows?
like your brows are like pretty normal, like they're
Okay.
not like
Okay.
so much crazy
Sure.
unruly hair,
Mm-hmm.
but there are a lot of people that have thick thick hair, and even their brows are quite unruly. So
Yeah.
a little bit of a trim, a little bit of some brushing through. I've done
You
that
talking
for
about
my
beard
male
oils.
clients, and I don't know much about beards.
Okay.
Not a barber. but
Okay, fair enough.
I'm assuming that would be a plus.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what about guys that go to Turkey to get their hair back because they did the transplant?
That's so cool. I'm
You
all for
support
it.
that?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't she?
Wouldn't you be like, nah, do you like bald guys? Let's start there.
No, they're gross.
Look,
what,
I'm not against.
what about
bald,
the tattooed hairline?
Oh, there we go.
So
That's
that's a part of the permanent makeup
Yeah,
thing too.
that's-
They do
that-
scalp. That's called.
Nice.
That never looks
Yes.
It's
Yeah, I don't know, some
well, 'cause
people-
once you lose your hair and then you see the dot.
good. Yeah.
Okay.
So just go to Turkey and do the transplant.
Yeah, at this
I
point,
see,
yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you like, let's say, because like you're divorced right now, let's just
Yeah.
say you meet a good-looking guy, you're like, oh my god, one of the things I love about you is your hair, and then the guy's like, by the way, I used to be bald. Are you just kind of like, oh my god, this is gonna fuck up my genetics or something for my future kids?
No, I'm not having any more kids. I'm done.
Oh,
There you
okay.
go.
It doesn't matter now.
It doesn't matter. All right, I see.
Genetics. No.
So that's not a question anymore. Okay, cool.
Even if I did, like,
Yeah.
I don't ever want to say I'm never like I'm,
Yeah.
every time I've said never, it's happened.
It happened.
So I'm not gonna say never, but that's like such a superficial thing. I
For
just
sure.
don't care about. that.
Okay.
Yeah.
At what age is it okay for girls to start like playing with makeup, putting on makeup? When is it like? Because I don't know. I have sisters and I have nieces, and it's like there's
Yeah.
always like this weird
It's
battle.
earlier and earlier.
Yeah, because like they're getting, and it's just like when do you think is an acceptable time? Is it just
Yeah.
whenever they start grabbing it, or when do you think they can start
I think
beautifying
when it
themselves?
comes to, like,
I love this question.
playing with
Mhm.
makeup, it's so innocent
Yeah,
that
yeah.
it's fine. You're not going to school with it on. You're not going to parties with it on.
Sure.
My daughter, she's 9. She's been playing with makeup since she was very little. She
Yeah.
sees me.
Mm-hmm.
And I would bring her on set. She was surrounded by. She was a set life baby. That's
Yeah.
all she knew. And but it's not like she asked to have makeup for school or anything like that.
Mhm.
She knows. I would think that maybe sometime like for me, for example, I didn't start wearing makeup until after 16.
Oh, really?
Yeah, even though
Whoa.
I was doing makeup on others, I wasn't allowed.
When were you allowed to shave your
That's-
legs? 'Cause-
Earlier.
okay, because that's always a debate.
But like,
That's
I've always
interesting.
had very thin hair, so it wasn't like a
Okay.
big deal. I didn't really care.
Okay.
But I think I was maybe 12, 13 when like I was doing all that stuff. But like
16 at makeup?
Yeah, that seems late. That seems
That's-
very
But
late.
we're talking like 90.
It was also a different era. Yeah,
Yeah.
She's old apparently.
I'm
but-
old.
Apparently.
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, it's very. The math isn't mathing, but it's
Yeah.
okay.
We think
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
younger than us. I
Wait,
mean,
how old are you guys?
I'm almost 40. Dauood, how old are you?
35.
Okay, I'm 41.
No way, you're 40?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that.
Mind blown.
Aw.
Chloroform, guys.
Fuck, we need chlorophyll.
Chlorophyll.
Oh, chlorophyll.
No, I've only been drinking chlorophyll for like a year.
Okay.
Again, it's for cleansing.
It's for cleansing.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
for cleansing.
Wow. I feel like everyone's gonna buy your makeup products now. Now that you
Yeah.
said your age, everybody's
Yeah.
gonna like, oh shit, I need
Is
that.
that public? I'm sure people know. Okay.
Yeah, I've never hid my age.
Okay.
Oh, I love that actually. I love that. You're not like all these Afghan female singers that are like, I'm still 39. Yeah.
Yeah. For like 20 years.
Fucking 20
Yeah.
years. Thank God for Wikipedia that they keep it updating.
There's some random Afghan guy out there
yeah.
keeping all these ladies in check. This is updating it.
Some still questionable though.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
I have some other questions that are maybe a little bit deeper. Is that okay with you, Dauood?
Yeah, probably in the home stretch here, though.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
it for sure. But I want to talk about growing up half Indian, half Afghan. You're also, I guess, you were exposed to the Hindu side and also the
Yeah.
Muslim side.
Yeah.
Maybe you can talk about how that shaped you and how you're closer to God today as a Muslim.
So it's really interesting because the way I was raised was more like a hippie. My parents were hippies. And so their religion was love. But my mom was very in tune with her Hindu side. Dad was clearly Muslim, I would see him pray, especially like if there was like a situation like a Fatiha or like Eid
Yeah.
or something like that, but not like every day.
Yeah.
He wasn't super religious, but it was clear like you'd enter our home. The first room of our home was like the foyer, and there we had idols. And then you come into our living room and we have this huge, Ayatul Kursi written or whatever
sure.
duas we had around the house. We
Yeah.
had like Qurans, it was very much a mixed faith household.
Yeah.
Because that's all I knew, I didn't see any issue with that.
Okay.
People would have questions though,
Yeah.
especially like new people that would come over, not family, they knew.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the new people that would come over would kind of be like, oh, shit, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
fucking idol there. Like,
Yeah.
It was like so against
For
Islam.
sure. Yeah.
But my dad married my mom because he loved my mom. He
Yeah.
didn't marry her to change her religion or anything like that. And that's kind of what they instilled in me. They're like, look, if you're going to choose a religion, choose it because you love it. Don't choose it just because, like, whatever else, pressures. And so no one really pressured me one way or another, but I was educated. And so in the beginning, because my dad was working so much, my mom also worked, but she had more time to like explain Hinduism to me in a very philosophical way.
Okay.
And I do believe that Hinduism is more of like a way of life than it is like a strict religion. With
Okay.
Islam, it's pretty black and white.
Sure. Okay.
And a little bit more structured.
Okay.
And so I was kind of like floating right between the two religions. People would ask me, well, what are you? And I'd be like, I'm both. And they'd be like, well, you can't be both. So what are you more, Indian or Afghan? And I'm like, again, 50-50. And they're like, well, who do you love more, your mom or your dad?
Yeah.
That's
And
crazy.
I'd be like, what the like?
That's
How do
insane.
you answer that question?
Yeah.
Obviously.
So I
yeah.
would be very
Yes.
turned off.
Yeah.
Very turned off.
Yeah.
And mind you, the people that would ask that were my Afghan distant relatives.
All they
and
had to do was
friends.
kick your feet and they would understand if you're Afghan or not.
After trying to shake their hand. Yeah.
Afghan. Got it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Next question.
Yeah.
Okay.
It did take some
So
time.
your family is asking you these questions?
No, not my
Cousins.
immediates,
Cousins
but like
and stuff.
cousins. So
Yeah.
like not blood relatives, but like there was like a cousin's house where I would get asked this question. I
Yeah.
swear to God, every time I go to
They
the
always
house.
want you to pick sides.
Pick,
Yeah.
pick a
They want
side.
you to
Like
pick their-
stick to
their
a side.
side.
They want you to pick their side
Yeah.
specifically, or the other side, so they can hate.
Oh,
you know?
okay. So they can hate. You're right.
Yeah, they just
Fair.
want an answer.
An
They
answer, anything.
They want to know how they can judge you properly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need some parameters.
It's like, yeah, it's like, what do I hate about her? Okay, also this, you know? Yeah.
So yeah, it took me some time to like really figure that out. And I'd even ask my parents, I'd be like, well, what am I supposed to do? And they said, whoever it is that's asking you, just say it's their religion. Just say it. So just be like, I'm Muslim to a Muslim.
Jewish.
If I'm Hindu to
Yeah.
let's talk about
Satanist. Same thing.
so yeah,
Yeah.
I just kind of like tuned out.
Yeah.
Seen this. That was a bar that just like
Quiet.
it's just like
I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, you didn't stay there. You moved on.
Fly over that one.
Yeah.
We flew over it.
But later on, I actually did a whole keynote speech about this. And it was later, like in my adolescence, where my cousins from Afghanistan, we sponsored them to come live with us.
Mm.
Once, and they're my first cousins. Once they came, my whole world was rocked. I mean, like, it was so fascinating to just be in their presence.
Mm-hmm.
And the fun and the energy and the liveliness of being Afghan suddenly was exposed to me.
Yeah.
And before that, like, first of all, I'll just preface this by saying Indians are fucking fun.
Yeah,
but
of course.
I don't have much of an Indian family. I'm the only child. My mom only had one sister.
Okay.
They didn't live here. So like I didn't really have anyone really on the Indian side to really shape me or influence me. All of a sudden, all these Afghan cousins come.
Yeah.
They're all guys and
Yeah.
so fun.
Of course.
And I was just like, holy shit, I fucking love this lifestyle.
Yes.
I was there we were inseparable. I was at their house every single day, morning to night. I'd spend the night if I could. Like, I just like soaked them up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so funny because I always thought, and this was one of the really special points in my keynote speech, that really touched people. Like, I always thought that, okay, when they do come, I'm going to take them under my wings. I'll teach them the ways.
Oh, I see.
And it was them that took me under
It
their
was,
wings.
yeah, they scammed you. Actually, the wedding was on a Friday. That's crazy. They came all the way out
I
here.
was like, whoa, this was just... yeah. It was a very defining chapter. And I wouldn't say they were super religious or anything.
Yeah.
So that's not really what put me to Islam. But because of them, I got closer to
Culture.
my
and then-
husband.
Oh,
my ex-husband. But
Can't interrupt if I don't know the answer.
Yeah.
I'm going somewhere else.
You're like, let me guess.
We finish each other's sandwiches. It's like, that's not it. Damn it.
Missed.
Okay.
But I got closer to the Afghan culture and I married into an Afghan family.
Got it.
And that's when I, really accepted Islam. But again, it wasn't like super straight to my heart yet. It was more so like, it makes sense. I'm marrying an Afghan. I'm with a Muslim family. I don't want my kids to be confused or have to face what I faced.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to stick with Islam.
Yeah.
It wasn't until later, I would say, the birth of my son. He, don't ask, he's religious.
Okay.
Like
it tends to happen.
Wait,
as a baby?
your
Yeah,
son
like-
is 5, right?
He's 5 now.
And he's religious?
He's
How?
I don't know what happened.
Sometimes
'Cause
it
we were
happens, though.
never- It just happened.
Does he get mad when you start reading a book and he's like, stop doing that?
It tends to skip a generation, though.
I think so.
I don't know what it
In our
is.
case, several generations.
Yeah, well, because like I have cousins, and when their parents aren't religious, they're the most religious people ever. And it's when their parents are religious, they're less religious. I don't know. Sometimes it's just
You
religious
see
to
what you
religious.
don't have,
I guess.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, with him, he was a newborn. And I think what had happened was he was so, and there's a science behind this too.
Okay.
The recitation of the Quran,
Yeah.
right? When you put it up on YouTube or whatever, like even just hearing the harmonious levels of the voice,
Yeah.
it brings this kind of like soothing sensation to the ears. And so
Yeah.
his senses would be relieved when we'd have that playing, not with anything else. And he was like a crybaby.
Yeah. Yeah.
So growing up with that and then memorizing the surahs and memorizing the different, duas, people were just like, holy crap, he could be a hafiz. Like,
Yeah.
teach him young. And
Yeah.
so I was like,
What?
oh, okay, I gotta up my game now. So then
Yes.
like we'd memorize the stuff and my daughter started getting really into it because he was into it. It just became like this whole thing. So
That's awesome.
I wouldn't call us a very religious family, but
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
religiously aware. And it's a stronger identity now in the house than it was before him.
I'm trying to go to all the hospitals and put the azan. Is that it playing in the hospitals? All these Muslim babies come out.
I was thinking they all escorted the hospital. They're like, oh no, we know what's going to happen now.
Yeah, dude.
Unfortunately, that's the case. Thank you for sharing that story. I think
Yeah.
it's really cool. I actually, similar story, my son, my mother-in-law or my mom would just start playing, more so my mother-in-law because she's here in the Bay, my wife's from the Bay, and just always play the Quran Sharif because she's like she's like that typical hijabi and always going to the mosque and all that stuff. So she plays it and he, first of all, adores his grandmother and loves whatever she loves. So puts the Quran Sharif, he's happy, he's calm and everything. So yeah, and he's even started hitting my wife.
Dude, nice. I think that's a good sign. I always wonder though if there's a baby where you start playing the Quran Sharif and it just starts crying and getting upset, like you got to get rid of that one. Yeah. You got to put that one back. You know what I'm saying?
That would be interesting.
That would be a good test.
I would be like,
That is like the ultimate test.
get rid of this one.
I think it's like the other thing. If you play Miss Rachel and the baby gets mad, then you question that baby.
Yeah. You're like, all right, little Zionist baby. Yeah, of course. I know who Miss
nice.
Rachel is. I love Miss Rachel.
Okay, you touched on something earlier where people were asking you if you were more Afghan or more Indian, etc. And it's so interesting because Afghans love Indian things. We love
Yeah, we grew up with Bollywood.
Y'all are more Indian than Indians.
Yeah, but
honestly.
also they hate Indians.
Yes.
It's this weird.
This is
we
a-
wish we were, because like Afghans.
we
have
like what
this-
they have, but we don't want to be them.
Exactly. That's what it is. Afghans have a weird.
That's just appropriate.
Yeah, that's what it is.
There
Afghans,
are black people.
that's Pakistanis, but
They don't.
yeah,
Okay.
But it's
I do
it's
think-
weird because like I don't know because Afghans hate being called South Asian.
Yeah.
They go out of their way not to be
They'd
South
rather
Asian.
be Middle Eastern.
And they rather be, but they're also not Middle Eastern
not,
either. They're like
yeah.
this central thing that's kind of. They're not even Central Asian, really. We're South Central.
South Central.
We're South Central.
South Central.
Right?
Love that.
Which
Yeah.
is, if you think about it, it makes perfect sense because it's the worst neighborhood.
We all just say R.I.P. Nipsey.
Exactly. Yeah. But I think we got.
Because there is,
Wrap up,
I got you.
wrap up.
Because there are certain things, like we said, Bollywood movies, but also Indian snacks, Indian desserts.
I think it's just like accessibility. We don't have like a lot of these. We didn't have our own stores.
True.
We didn't have a lot of these. We don't have our own Hollywood. We don't have Afghan wood or whatever. So that's the closest thing that we have. So we
Similar values, family values. Their love stories are similar. They're also modest, like we're modest, but they're also lovers, like we're lovers. I did a DNA test a while ago, and it said, because it was like one of those that doesn't tell you the country, and it says that I'm more like Indian, more South Asian or something.
I knew it.
So I've been
The
like,
comments are right about you. You're not Afghan.
I'm on this like journey of self-hate, and now that
I
validated.
did one of those tests, and it says I don't like cilantro. So
Was that true?
no.
Okay, because there's one for your probiotic.
Yeah,
your gut
I
health
hate
as well.
cilantro, but it doesn't taste like what is it like soap? I just don't like the taste of it.
You're not gonna like chlorophyll.
Oh, really? Okay.
More like borophyll.
Nice.
I've been waiting.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
Tamanna, thank you so much for being on this platform.
this
Is
was
there
so much
any
fun.
last message that you have to the Afghan community, to the young
to
Afghans?
the Indian community, to any community out there, to the makeup
Let's
artists.
go to the Afghans first. Let's go to
Okay.
the Afghan community, the young Afghan community that's coming up, because mashallah, like
the makeup
we didn't
artists.
believe your age, but you are an OG in this space, and you've done a lot. And Bahar, we hope you're a multi-billionaire. We hope that you're this huge conglomerate, and in the future you can bring other people to this space as well. Like hire other. You can be an employee, not just partners, but your
Employer, yeah.
photographer / partner. I'm like, oh, bro.
That's next.
Yeah, inshallah, that can be you. So I would love to hear just like a final message to the Afghan community, and then you can give a general message afterwards to make Dauood happy.
No, just do his thing.
Thank you so much.
It's funny because a lot of people would expect like some business advice or something like motivational on that sense, but I feel like the biggest like contribution I can give as far as like some sort of guidance for this next generation of leaders is really to collaborate and to be there for one another, especially as women. I feel like there's just so much competition and so much sharkiness in every industry when it comes to women especially. And I really want to bring out the message of like just true sisterhood and really just being there for one another, because some people, I feel like women have been conditioned, right? We've been conditioned to feel like we really have to like fight for our place.
Yeah.
And maybe there's only one seat at the table for us. And I think when people are just so zoned in on that, they don't open their eyes and see the bigger picture that there's many tables and we can all be there, and it's more enriched when there's more of us there. And I like to give this analogy of like, fighting for the piece of the pie, right? Like you can fight for your piece of the pie, but if you're collaborating with other individuals and brilliant minds, instead of fighting for the piece of the pie, make more pies. And as you're making the pies, everyone brings in their contribution, the ingredients, the whole method of making it, it just gets richer and better with each batch. And that's how you actually grow. That's how you actually expand, instead of just focusing on that one seat or that one pie. So I really just want to bring that message out. And, obviously some people have gone through a lot of crap with other women. I know that most of the issues that I've had and pushback that I've had in the industry have been other women, and especially other Afghan women.
Yeah.
And, looking back, I'm like, it did toughen me up. It was, character building. But I feel like with women, we have enough character building. Our whole fucking life is character building. As mothers, as daughters, as wives, everything is so hard. Why do we have to make things harder for ourselves amongst our groups, our peers? So just remember, the more you collaborate, the more enriched the whole group becomes, the more you can expand. And I just think of expansion. That's the biggest lesson.
You heard it here first. Women, bake more stuff.
Bake more pies.
Bake
More pies.
Hey, is that a good emoji? Pie emoji?
Yes. So we were like, if you made it this far into the episode,
Yes.
comment a pie emoji.
Comment a pie emoji.
I love that.
And thank you guys for tuning in. We have Tamanna Roashan.
Dress your face.
Dress Your Face. Call her that instead. If you like, Dress Your Face, the rapper. Great. Thank you guys.
so much. Thank you.
Until next time.
Thank you guys.
Okay.
You're watching AwJiz Boys Show.
Hey guys, it's Tamanna Roashan here, known as Dress Your Face, and I have one ask for y'all. I want you to go and subscribe to AwJiz Boys, okay? That's all I'm asking. Go do it.
Thank you so much. Okay, you're amazing.
Hi, baby. This was so fun.
This is great. Thank you so much.
We really like went off.